The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Choose your command. You have chosen
the Faceoff Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Faceoff Hockey Show.
What?
With Scotty Waz. Sean O.
In a breakaway. He shoots and he scores! Mario!
And the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark. With the C.
Yeah, baby.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
Faceoff Hockey Show. Here's your host for the Faceoff Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
Man, Brent Seabrook's racking up the pins for me. Anyway, welcome to the fantastic Faceoff Hockey Show. I'm indeed Scotty Waz, joined as always by Johnny P.
Oh, yeah.
And Sean O's around there.
He doesn't have a microphone, though.
Outstanding.
I'm here.
Lordy. And our look who's back. It's our PR girl, Laura.
Hey, guys, I'm back. Everybody run for cover. Turn your radios off or your computers or whatever it is that you listen through.
Right.
It's going to be bad. We've got beer. It's snowing out. Mark didn't come because of the snow.
And sugar.
I could have seriously picked him up on my tricycle and not had a problem.
That's a psychological thing he's got going on, and he just,
I would have picked him up.
I'm sure you would have.
Not fair.
Holy fun did
When's
Batman.
the uncensored Vancouver trip coming out? The DVD?
Yeah, about
Laura
that.
Gone Wild?
Laura Gone Wild. That was nothing compared to the Denny's conversation that me and John had the other night.
Oh, Lord.
Greatest conversation ever.
There is a waitress in Laurel that thinks I'm absolutely crazy. Or, well, knows that I'm absolutely crazy.
It took her that long?
It was bad. No, it took her, from the second we walked through the door. But she got an earful of a lot of really good stuff.
Yeah.
And my country fried steak and eggs was pretty good, too.
Damn,
so.
Johnny, you got bad aim.
I know. I'm sorry.
Whoops. She didn't have her Face-Off Hockey Show goggles. What are you going to do?
Do you?
That wouldn't have hurt all the weird stuff in her ear.
So she got an
It could have helped.
She needs the Face-Off Hockey Show earmuffs.
I heard you guys.
I didn't know there was such a thing. Am I missing the
We
earmuffs?
should create something.
We have goggles and earmuffs.
Well, 180s could supply us with the earmuffs.
Who?
Yeah, they could.
Who's that?
Who'd
Who'd that be?
So how was your week, Scotty?
This is the first time in 7 days that it has not snowed here in Calgary.
Oh, I think we got everything now.
Huh. It's the first time in 7 years it's snowed here. What a coincidence.
Not 7 years.
I'm
didn't
sure
really
everyone's
snow.
Oh, my
just
God.
calm.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Seriously, there was, maybe 4 inches of snow tops? And everybody's freaking out. Mark's sitting at home right now. Can't even come to the show.
I swear to you that it is not Mark's fault that he did not come to the show.
We told him not to come.
Yeah, see, for people who don't know Mark, his track record with lack of sleep and also anything of biblical proportions, not that good.
What are you
Just tell the
talking
people
about?
at Ordnance Road that.
What do you mean things of biblical proportions?
Snow of biblical proportions,
okay.
ice, rain.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Sean was hurting. He didn't want to think of biblical proportions of things.
I just wondered what Mark was doing when I was sleeping. I mean, sorry.
Right then.
Got silent.
I always wonder
Right,
what
it
Mark's
shows you a
doing while I'm
halt.
sleeping, but
I know.
I didn't expect you to feel the same way.
I do.
He's just trying to feel your pain.
I try to mentally feel your pain because physically, it's more of a mental thing.
I'm doing all right
Be the
physically.
woman.
Don't worry about
Be
it.
the woman.
So you've had a pretty interesting past few off weeks there, Laura,
I have.
including the DVCHCACIPUPUI All-Star Game.
R. You forgot the R. There's an R in there
On
somewhere.
the R, yes.
The
Yeah.
DVECHCICUR
P.
4P9er. That's what it is. Yeah, I guess they were running low on good hockey players this year.
You forgot about the 2K7.
2K7.
Yeah.
That's
You were the injury reserve, weren't you?
yeah. I guess somebody got sick or something, so they were like, "Oh, what do we got left?" And nobody else wanted to go, so they called me up and said,
The center from UPenn was pregnant, so
Yeah.
you got the call.
somebody got knocked up, somebody else got the flu.
And then they said, which one has menopause yet? All right, Laura,
Yeah,
bring
let's-
her on.
Bring in Grandma.
Bring
Let's
in
see what
Grandma.
she's got. It was a lot like the Vote for Rory
Did they get
campaign.
clearance for your walker?
Not yet. I'm not exactly sure
That's
how I'm
why
going
they
to swing
have it
that.
in Philly, I thought, because it's a handicap accessible building.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to
Watch
pass
out, 'cause they'll
Metamucil
boo
out
you.
at the door. It's going to be great. Come see Grandma.
If you get a hat trick, I'm throwing a bottle on the ice.
I don't know.
I really don't think I'm going to get a
I
hat
just-
trick in the
I
All-Star
just
game.
want to see her fight somebody on her own team. That's all I want to
On
see.
our own team.
That'd be a lot easier than somebody else on the other team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
because I'm
Pretty
playing against a lot of people that really don't like me. I mean, playing with them. That's
Can you have it?
Oh, that's worse.
yeah. Well, I make enemies all year long, and then they're like, "Oh yeah." John says to me a couple of weeks ago, he's like, "Yeah, so what's up with the All-Star game?" I'm like, "What? What? I didn't think the DVCHCH59er would have an All-Star game.
Right.
Never really occurred to me." And before you know it,
And
I've
yet
been
here we
selected.
are.
Yeah, and so now I'm like, "Whoops, maybe I shouldn't have called that short girl ugly."
Yep.
The one that's on your
Well,
mind.
the truth hurts.
Yeah. Well, no, she's
The one
a
that you're
center,
going to be
so-
in the same locker room with.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit right next to her.
Right.
Let her smell me.
Okay.
That's right. Talk about intimidation.
That would intimidate me.
But yeah, so no, but it was cool, you know,
Drunkus.
being picked. Not sure how it happened, but here we are.
And Johnny brought up an interesting stat that your goaltender will be there at the All-Star game, and she actually faced 700 shots in the last 5 games. And that's just...
Is that it? That seems low.
I know, that's what I said, but
I
you said
played
he was
defense
taking
for one
stats.
of those games. Trust me, that seems low.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
Is
picked
your
a
goalie
number
gonna
out.
be the goalie for the
She's one of 2. I believe each team has 2 goalies.
So she should be used to. I can't even say that.
no defense in front of her.
she should be used to an All-Star game format.
She should be used to taking shots, Johnny? Is that what you're saying?
No, I was going to say that she
You
should,
calling her a whore, Johnny? That's disgusting.
I was going to say that she should be used to not having defense.
And for those people that we've piqued the interest of, Johnny's going to get interviews at the event. Next
Oh,
week.
yeah.
So I'm sure people
I'll
will be
try.
jumping up and down to get
You're going to interview people?
I might as well. I've got the
What
voice
I hear there's a
recorder.
26-year-old
Lord.
playing in a college league.
Really?
Yeah,
I'll
you should
try to-
interview her.
I'll try to find her.
You should.
Somebody get a milk crate for him to stand on.
Yeah. I'll interview anybody that comes up to talk to me.
I'm not saying Johnny's short, but Emmanuel Lewis actually has to look down at him.
Johnny breaking in the dressing room. Let me in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Men need to report too.
Well, you can
Johnny's
come on
war
in.
cry, I love boobies.
Let me in the locker room. Yeah.
I don't know. I've played against most of the girls that are going to be there, and
Not so much.
you know,
But you're looking for a fall fling. So
If
maybe
Johnny
I
put a
need
wig
to.
on and had a dress, would they be more suitable to that?
Hey, I look great in a
not
wig
all
and
of
a
them.
dress. So.
You'd be surprised how few lesbians there are in this league.
I
At
was
least that
thinking
you know
trannies,
of.
But okay, we can go
Oh.
lesbian if you want.
Well, yeah, that I know of. That have actually admitted to it yet. I don't know. It's not. I don't know.
Not
I
like
think
women's
UVA
golf,
actually had a couple men on their team.
Man, those girls are big, aren't they?
They had some big
Oh my
girls
God.
on that team.
every team you play, you said's been big. NC
Because
State
I'm
used-
little. I'm not a big girl. NC State was pretty big. I think UVA would have crushed them, but
Yeah.
we have a small team. We have a lot of really small people on our team. What are you gonna do?
Oh, dude,
I mean,
just
I'm
gonna
one of the
take
biggest
this and
ones.
just make a clip package out of this conversation and just splice everything.
I'm
Oh
looking
my
forward to it. That
God.
sounds fun.
It'll be
I
a part
like
of the
it.
best of.
Yeah, we'll put it
Man,
right.
Mark was so big.
We'll put it right after the uncut Vancouver video. Or not. Now that I'm thinking about it.
No.
Yeah, you're going to have to get that from me when I'm intoxicated because I don't think I'm ever going to give it up.
So, Johnny,
That's
keep a
it.
tab on it by 11 o'clock. Make sure you find that.
All right. I'll see what I could do. By the time the end of the show comes around, we'll have a copy.
I don't even know where it is. But yeah, we should definitely get on that because I know people are anxiously
I
waiting.
bet you Eric knows where it is.
Oh, just a legend
Bet he
that has
doesn't.
been built up between me and Johnny, or me talking about it.
There has been a legend built up about it, but the problem is that we've built it up to the legend that can't be talked about.
That's true.
I don't get it.
I mean, we
Like
could
what's
show
in my
people
pants.
Mountain Dew bottles rolling to the middle of the floor and, the security camera view of the room that we took in the Dufferin.
Johnny, you're doing surveillance for us while we walk to the car.
That was great.
The swingers conversation we had, though, over pizza and Molson, I'm not sure that full thing is going to make it to the edited version. Some of that might end up on the floor of the cutting room.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
We
I
need
don't even think
material
that actually took place.
For our YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think you're making stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a short video.
We'll see.
Telling you what, dude, Columbus is going to be fantastic.
In 4 years, it's going to be out of copyright things, which means we can just steal it and use it. Because you guys have had it for
Hey, if you can find it, you can have it. Because I honestly don't even know where it is.
Don't make that gesture. Somebody
Probably
will
still in
find
the camcorder.
No. I've recorded all kinds of stuff since Vancouver.
Woo.
Stuff that you don't want to know
Waka
about.
waka.
Your dog.
Much better than the Dufferin.
it. Can't wait till we're famous.
Oh, come on. If you had a video camera when we walked through the Duffer just to catch the reaction that we all had.
I wanted.
I almost, at this point, wish that we were videotaping walking into the Dufferin when we saw the guy with the cat on his chest.
Oh, that was great.
Because I would have
And
given...
then almost
No, when the first
simultaneously
tranny walked by.
walking in and
I
doing
would have
a
given-
U-turn and walking back out.
If you guys would have listened to me and Mark, like we said, which was capture the whole experience, you would have had somebody in front of you guys as you were walking into the Duffer.
Well, there were only
No,
three of
you're
us.
not going to listen to me and Mark.
By the time we actually found the hotel, first of all, I was pseudo car sick, and we were all kind of cranky. So I don't think anybody
Look,
was
kids,
really gonna...
RBC.
And we
Oh
could
my
have used
God.
the same clip of the RBC 6 times.
Seriously, you had to knock on the right brick 3 times and then tap something else with your wand before you could even get.
And just hope it didn't have an Adam's apple.
And,
Still,
and
there
the
was
sad part
no
about
proof that you were in the right place.
about tapping things with your wand is that anyone could get in. So
Yeah, if you had a wand, you were allowed in. I was out of place. I mean, I had the
I
hair,
knew-
I had
I
the
knew I was
mascara,
kind
I
of,
didn't have the wand.
right.
I knew what was out of it when they said, "Oh, don't worry, there's a tranny show going on. That'll be over in a half hour."
Yeah. Have no fear, the trannies are here. Oh, all right.
They'll save us.
I feel so much better now that
By the way, I'm glad to
There's a
see that they
drag
had
show
the
on.
first elevator ever made in that place too. It was fantastic.
yeah, all 2 square feet of it. It was great. I almost didn't fit in it. How we got the 3 of us and our bags into that thing,
You know
I didn't
what?
think we were going to get out.
The next time that we go
2
to
people
Vancouver,
in, 1 people
we need to
out.
just visit the Dufferin and ask if they have a tranny
Unreal.
show going on. Not stay there or anything, but just
No,
for the
go for the show.
experience. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course, just go for
I
a
was-
show.
And he invited us to come down and catch the end of the show. And
Right.
I wanted to, but you guys were busy, I don't know, worrying about showering and rolling Mountain Dew bottles across the floor.
And making sure everyone was stayed in the same place at the same time and no one left.
Yeah. I wanted to go to the tranny show.
You would have never come back.
Not the same,
and Not
anyway.
because of the trannies. I mean.
Wouldn't come back the same.
But see, if you would have gone to the training show, we wouldn't have got the famous line of the hair herpes. And then
Oh, yeah. Hair herpes. That's a fun experience. Something everybody should go through. Seriously, that shower was disgusting. I felt dirtier when I got out of it. I don't even want to think about it. I'm starting to crawl.
all right, well, let's go to a
She's
break. and
scratching
you can
her
think
hair,
about Lyle.
Scotty.
What's that?
She's scratching her hair. I think she's got herpes again.
Video people.
Don't
all
be telling people on
psychosomatic.
air that I have herpes.
The hair herpes, I mean.
Horrible.
Which? What does this one say?
I don't know.
Scotty, the new Molson Canadians have... Well, this one is the...
Something to do with hockey.
This one's Canadian Spirit Series. I had the Passion for Hockey Series with the number 22 on it. Yours is number
Nice.
16.
Good work.
Number 22 on your beer, number 1 in your heart.
Zing.
All right, go to
Speaking
break.
of number 1 in your heart, Lyle Richardson is coming up next. We'll talk a little bit about the
Good
trade
segue.
that went down this week and some other things that could be going around. Also, we might hear from Mark with a C, might not. Depends on how he feels.
He's not sick.
And if we can locate him.
He's not
He's in
missing.
he's in his secret underground
We know
base.
where he is.
No, we don't. Do we ever know where Mark really is?
All right,
Come on,
we'll
let's
put
be
a
honest.
mission out there.
No.
Laura, go find it.
No, we really don't.
See ya.
All right, when we come back, Lyle Richardson from SpectorsHockey.net. After this, you're listening to Faceoff Hockey Show, FaceoffHockeyShow.com. Stay with us.
Hey there, Scotty Wiles from the Faceoff Hockey Show, the podcast that thinks it's a radio show. Or is it the other way around? Well, regardless of that whole ordeal, you obviously know about the show and the podcast. But if you checked out FaceoffHockeyShow.com lately, we have a new store that you can access from the site that has everything from the classic logo shirt to the I Heart Jimmy Chunky Butter shirt for all the ladies out there. But that's not all. You can also access the Faceoff Hockey Show blog that is updated whenever you feel something is noteworthy or out of the blue. So check out FaceoffHockeyShow.com and make your Faceoff Hockey Show experience that much more enjoyable. Who knows? You might learn something.
Hi, Vincent Cavalier.
Hi, Martin Brodeur. Alexander Ayechkin.
Joe Thornton. Promise never to be a hassle.
I will play both ends of the ice.
Fight for every loose puck.
I will sacrifice my body for my team.
I will always choose grit over flash.
Substance over style. I will work and sweat and suffer.
So that come game time,
my team can shine.
I am a CCM hockey player.
CCM hockey player. CCM hockey player.
I am a CCM hockey player.
If you need to know all the latest when it comes to trade rumors or free agency, then you need to check out SpectorsHockey.net. At SpectorsHockey.net, you'll find the most in-depth sweep of trade rumors from all around the NHL with observations and comments from Spector himself. Not only that, but you can also access all the staff articles with their takes on games, the NHL as a whole, or whatever else is making news in the world of hockey. So if you need all the latest trade rumors and speculation, you can get it all from your one-stop shop, SpectorsHockey.net.
So me and you are pretty much friends by now, right?
Yes.
So you got my back and everything?
What?
Never mind.
It's time for Spector's Hockey's Lyle Richardson.
And right quick, before we get to Lyle, a nice little note. Someone on the message board is saying that herpes is like luggage and never get rid of it. So. And on that note, hey, Lyle.
Hey, somebody's stealing lines from Eddie Murphy. That's what that comes from, Eddie Murphy Delirious.
Did Carlos Mencia sign up to our message board?
I always knew that Scotty
What's
was
that?
a stealer.
I said, is Carlos Mencia sign up for our message boards because Carlos Mencia steals bits like it's going out of style.
Well, there you go. But that's where that's from. So quit stealing Eddie Murphy's bits, whoever you are on the message board. Evil person.
That's all right.
Scotty.
At least a credit anyway.
If you want to steal any bits from Eddie Murphy, do it from the Adventures of Pluto Nash or Norbit.
Whoa.
Yeah, because
God.
the 6 people that saw either of those movies would be really pissed.
But here's the thing. Here's the irony.
Everyone else.
But here's the irony. He's nominated for an Academy Award for Showgirls, Best Supporting Actor.
Showgirls?
Showgirls.
Or Showgirl. What the hell's it called? Dreamgirls. Thank you.
I didn't know he was in that.
Holy crap.
Showgirl. Yeah. Sorry.
Showgirls was a completely different movie, Lyle, but
Oh,
I like
hell
where
yeah.
you're going with it.
Okay, I knew what I meant.
I
Shut
like where your head's at.
Yeah. I'm not even going to touch that one. Moving on.
Saved by the pole.
Oh, dear. Welcome back, Laura.
It's good to be back, Lyle. How have you been?
Oh, not too bad. Fighting off a cold right now.
Ooh, that sucks.
But I shall live. Hey, I'd rather have it now than on the deadline. Ugh. I had the flu 4 years ago, the deadline, and that sucked.
Ugh. Deadlines suck. You should quit.
I can't.
It means the trade deadline.
I don't need the trade deadline.
Is there seriously a thread on the message board that says Laura has herpes?
Yes.
Is that happening?
Yes, as we speak.
Oh, dear.
Oh, this is upsetting.
Oh, my. See, there you go.
Erase that before Mark sees it.
I don't have control anymore. Scotty's the only one that can delete stuff now.
No, I might actually have to pin that to the top.
You guys are great.
So anyway, Lyle,
Yes,
big
indeed we do.
trades happening, man.
I told you it was only a matter of time. The stuff is going down.
Who would have thunk it? The Calgary Flames did it again.
That was surprising. That I have to admit.
Winning the Brad Stewart, now the Brad Stewart, Wayne Primo from Boston to Calgary for Chuck Kobasu and Andrew Ference, and in all honesty, meh. That's what I have to say about that trade. Meh.
Well, Calgary gets the rental, more depth on their blue line heading into the playoffs, which is never a bad thing.
No.
They already addressed their bringing a little more depth into their forward line, bringing in Craig Conroy. So, hey, and a little more depth for the checking line, not bad. Can't be bad. Boston gets themselves a good, I think a pretty good defenseman in Ference, who was very upset though over how the trade went down. That was. But, listen, hey, that's life in the NHL, man. I mean, listen, I agree with him. It sucks, to find out the way he did. But that's the way it is. If you're going to be an NHL player, you got to accept that fact that, your number can come up, and it can come up at any time. So. And
reading what he was saying, it's not so much, it also, in addition to how he was told and left at the HSBC Center, like a girlfriend you just dump off, saying the hotel's sold out. But, he signed an extension, I think a 3-year extension in the summer, and he thought, like, oh, my job's secure here, and then next thing you know, boom, he's on a one-way ticket to Beantown.
And listen, re-signing a contract does not mean you're not going to move, especially when you're carrying.
Unless you're Shane Doan and get every implication you can in that contract. But we'll get to that later.
Well, hey, come on, exactly. Well, why not? He's 30 years old. Heading into these are the prime earning years for him. So why not get everything you can into that bad boy? So, hey,
but all good on the Western Front, I guess, for the Flames. They get a defenseman, and most importantly, and this is what a lot of people here in Calgary noted. Not only did they get Brad Stewart to Calgary, they got him away from Edmonton and Vancouver.
Oh, exactly. A preemptive strike, if you will. But hey, at the end of the day, they had the bodies to afford to pay the asking price. The Oilers didn't want to pay it, so. Good on to them. And now Edmonton is left scrambling. I mean, you're hearing all kinds of things now that, they're, of course, the same old rumor that they're pursuing Eric Brewer. They're very interested in Yanni Pitkanen, but the Flyers aren't going to trade him. And there's even a rumor buzzing around that out of the Philadelphia Inquirer that they're scouting Darian Hatcher on the Flyers. If they're doing that, then that just goes to show how desperate Kevin Lowe's become to find a good defenseman if he's scouting Darian Hatcher. So,
I think he has like 0.2 points this season.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, 0.2 of a point this season.
Well, his defenders will sit down and say, "Oh, he's playing better this year. It's just that he's playing for a really crappy team." So you don't really notice that. Well, you know what? I'm sorry, but even if you put him on a better team, his lack of foot speed is still going to be a problem. And you can sit down and talk about grit and toughness all you want, but if you've got forwards making you look like a pylon when they're dancing around you, it doesn't matter how tough you are. So.
And him wearing those orange jerseys don't help either.
No, exactly. Who put this gigantic 6'7" cone on the ice here? Oh well, around it.
Kevin Hatcher has a better career chance right now than Darian does.
Well, given his contract, I mean, hey, I'm not saying that the Oilers would do this, but if they do and they trade for Darian Hatcher, that's just sheer desperation. That means there's nothing left for Kevin Lowe to go after. And if that's what it takes, you know what? You're just better off not bothering. And if your team's not going to make the playoffs, then fine, just accept it and start looking towards next season and rebuild if that's what's going to take. Don't saddle yourself, your payroll, and your blue line with an untradeable player who's basically going to be a problem for you for 2 years if he cannot play at a high level under the new NHL.
If the Oilers decide to go out and try to get that defenseman, do they sell the farm?
No, they sell. They ship out Joffrey Lupul. That's what they're going to do. He's for whatever reason, it's just he's not. It's just not fitting well. I've heard Rafi Torres' name mentioned, but they're kind of loath to give up on him. Granted, he's been kind of inconsistent this season, but at least when he's on his game, he provides that extra that sandpaper, for lack of a better phrase, up front that a lot of teams would love to have. So they don't want to part with him. But Lupul, given the number of offensive players they already have in their roster, the fact that he hasn't really fit in. If they are going to go after a quality defenseman, Lupul's the guy that they'll probably dangle.
Another move out west, and this one was even more shocking than the Stewart one. Ladislav Nagy to the Dallas Stars from Phoenix for Matthias Arnquist and a first-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that gets me. The first-round pick for a guy who has 8 goals and 41 points in 55 games.
Yeah. Well, they're obviously looking at his playmaking ability as a short-term rental. They've addressed the sort of thing that they might consider re-signing him in the off season, depending on how things go. If you're a Coyotes fan, it's probably not that great of a return. The first-round pick is good, but given that team's history at the draft table. I'm not exactly thrilled about that either. I mean, they're going to have to really, and considering where the Stars will probably finish, I would say that, that draft pick's probably going to be in the bottom 10 of the first round. So that's even more double trouble. You can say, yeah, it's great you got a first-round pick, but if, again, look at that shoddy draft record they've got. That's hardly anything to get really excited about. But anyway, we'll see how it develops for them.
And I mean, they've been getting pretty raped when it comes to. I'm trying to look the draft, the drafting team, the draft for the past couple of years for the Phoenix Coyotes. And
you can go back. Yeah, go on to hockeydb.com and look.
I am there, Lyle.
Yeah, and if you look back, I mean, the last time they drafted well was, I believe, their last year as Winnipeg Jets. I mean, the last really great player they drafted that was a quality guy was Daniel Briere, and that
was actually first year as the Coyotes.
Okay, yeah, I figured it was in around that time frame.
Yeah.
And they stupidly traded him away because they figured he was too small to play the game, and traded him away for Chris Gratton, who was a gigantic bust. And of course, the Sabres have been laughing all the way to the bank ever since. So,
they're going to have to laugh all the way to the bank this off season too. But
yeah,
that's another story. But recently they've done rather well.
Well, they did get Peter Mueller. They've got Mueller, and that could be promising as long as they don't get stupid and trade him away at some point down the road if he takes a little bit of time to adjust to the NHL game as Briere did. So
Mark Hansel, who has got 71 points in 49 games for the Red Deer Rebels this year in the Western League, and Blake Wheeler, who is
translate that into NHL stats. Out of those players, Mueller has about the best prospect. So
no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, after seeing him in the World Juniors, there's no question he's got the ability to be a dominant player. Just I just hope for the Coyotes' sake that they're patient with him and don't be hasty with him like they were with Daniel Briere, because like I said, I just say, I mean, imagine how much of a different team they might be if they had held on to Briere. Perhaps he might have been a difference maker. Who can say? But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
What if they hung on to Kachuk and Ronan?
Well, Kachuk wanted to leave. They couldn't hang on to them because they wanted to leave. But fine. But the returns they got for them, well, sometimes they worked, sometimes it didn't.
Yeah. We actually do have a interesting question for you, Lyle.
All righty.
From Johnny's boy and Laura's boy, Andre out in Anaheim.
Is there punctuation?
There is no punctuation, but that's okay. I'm down with that.
And no
he wants to know if the Ducks do pull a trade, what do you think that they would give up if they in fact pulled a trade?
What would they give up? Ooh.
Like he's saying that he said he loves the young talent. He's just curious to hear what you think on it.
Well, I don't think that Brian Burke necessarily will give up too much of the younger talent if he has to. But then again, if he can land a type of player that is going to be an impact player, as we've seen, he's not afraid to do it, as we saw when he gave up Joffrey Lupul to bring in Chris Pronger. But, of course, you're talking to Chris Pronger. I mean, hell, that's definitely worth it. If there's a player of the same caliber out there, yeah, I could possibly see him shopping another one of his young players. But that being said, I don't think he's going to necessarily do that this time around. I do know that he's looking for a center. I've heard, of course, I'm sure we've all heard the rumors that he's monitoring Peter Forsberg's situation closely in Anaheim.
Oh, Peter Forsberg! Hey, Kurt Mullin!
There you go, exactly. Well, I had to bring it up. It's all part of the spiel.
Thanks, Andre.
It was part of the question. Anyway. But, you know, they're monitoring the unspeakable one situation in Philadelphia, but the asking price for him is believed to be 2 first-round picks and either a promising young roster player or prospect. And, of course, when they talk prospect, they're talking Bobby Ryan, who's the best prospect in their system. And I don't think that they're that keen to give him up. So right now, of course, the Ducks are struggling. They've been like the Canadians. They've been in a prolonged slump. It's just at least they're not in danger of falling out of a playoff race, at least not yet. If there's a good player that can come in, if he knew he could get Peter Forsberg and get a Peter Forsberg who was going to be healthy and play as well as only Peter Forsberg can, I think that he would probably take the gamble and go for it. I really do. But in terms of which young players he might give up, hard to say if he'd have to give any up off his roster or not. That's the wait and see.
The Habs aren't going to make it anywhere if Cristobal Huet keeps giving up the goals he's given up.
Well, exactly, and of course, I mean, Cristobal Huet can't stop anything now, and their forwards can't put a puck in the ocean. So there you go. You know, that's just the way it is.
It is tough from Montreal.
Sergei Samsonov scored.
Oh, Red Letter Day. We'll have a parade down St. Catherine Street since they're not going to be having a cup parade this year. Hey, listen, I'm not going to cut my team any slack. When they suck, and they've sucked hard.
Okay, well, here's even better news, Lyle.
Oh, lay it on.
Cristobal Huet left the game with a lower body injury.
Probably blew out a knee. Well, they still have Abisher, which means they won't be trading him. So there you go. Abisher's actually been playing better of the two. So
I guess that means I should cancel that waiver wire pickup.
Yeah, probably.
Wait and see what happens. Oh, now I'm watching the Canucks. I'm watching the Canucks in the Wild here, and we got a little scrap going, trying to see if Bugard's in it. I don't think so. But no, it's not Bugard in it.
Speaking of random trades that we didn't really talk about that much, this kid Urchina, I really like in a Caps uniform. I think that he actually brings that like 4th, 5th defenseman into the Capitals that maybe we can keep around for a little while and let grow with the rest of this team.
So you definitely feel that the Bruins gave up on him?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. I'm inclined to agree. I mean, I listen. I don't see him turning around and being a top 2.
No, but then again, I don't see anyone on. I mean, Brian Pothier is the only Capitals defender I see on there being a top 2 defenseman. So.
Yeah, but like I said, not a bad little pickup, a good depth pickup. He's a young guy. He's got good size, and give him time and proper development. Yeah, he could be a quality 5th defenseman for you.
Plus, he was smart enough to change his number when he came to DC.
You ruined my joke, you son of a bitch.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
I was going to say, why didn't he keep that number? He could be the first captain in history to wear number 68.
Ha ha. Yeah.
Anyway,
no, the last person that wore number 68, we booed all night on Saturday.
It's probably a jinx number. He doesn't want to wear a jinx number.
No, so we wore 23.
There you go.
After Michael Jordan.
Now the thing is that if the Caps don't have the best defense, they're at least going to have the biggest defense because they get at least 5 guys at 6'5" and over.
Oh, there's some big boys on there, and if they can move well, even better, because again, speed's everything. So
they could just lay across the blue line and nobody could get by.
Like a chaise lounge.
Be the new version of the trap.
So we mentioned about the Shane Doan thing, and the reports are, I don't even know if it's a done deal, but it seems like a done deal that he's signed for 5 years at around the $23 million mark.
5 years, yeah. That averages out to $4.6 million a season.
That's a lot for a guy who scores 50 points a year.
Sure it is. Sure it is. But
and for the no movement clause either.
But
that's what the Coyotes though feel that he's worth to them. If they're willing to pony up that kind of money, hey, good on them.
And don't forget, Gretzky's been hard on him all year, and he likes him a lot. I mean, so.
Well,
before
listen,
the year, he
say
liked
what
him a
you
lot,
will
and
about
he's
the
been
amount of
hard on
money.
him.
Gretzky's
But you know
betting
what?
on his future.
But you know what? He was going to make that money, if not more,
With
as an
somebody else.
unrestricted free agent.
Yep.
If he didn't get it from the Coyotes, somebody else was going to pay it. Okay? What I'm impressed with is the fact that he, rather than bailing on a team that, let's face it, in the last few years, it's been a directionless club. He's decided, no, I'll stay, and not only stay, but stay for 5 years, and perhaps give up a chance to go and sign with a cup contender or get traded to a cup contender. That's a good sign of character on his part. I mean, regardless of what you think of how much he's getting. Again, to me, it's irrelevant because, as I said, he was going to get that money, if not more, as an unrestricted free agent. So, hey, why not? Why not the Coyotes give it to him?
Either that, or he is a frequent flyer with America West and didn't want to give up the mileage. Possibility.
Why, they only fly into Phoenix?
That's their hub. So he can go anywhere.
They can only fly into Phoenix.
All right.
Ah, Lordy.
They fly into Vegas.
Don't even fly into Phoenix because America West sucks. I hate America West.
I love America West.
That's
owned by U.S. Air.
Dude, I got laid. I'm just going to break away from
got
hockey
what?
because we've never done that before in the history of this show.
No.
But I was in a layover Phoenix when I first moved up here way back in 2004. Layover for 4 hours.
Because
You've been here a full hour. You go home.
because
I've been here for an hour.
Because the proper
we
way
no longer
to
buffet.
go
We
to
now dry
Canada
clean.
would be to fly to Mexico first and then up to Canada.
No, you fly to Arizona and then straight up to Calgary.
And speaking of which, another random thought, I'm actually going to see John Panay, the man who does the You've Been Here Full Hour bit, 2 days before my birthday. So I'm very happy about that.
That was actually Louis Anderson that did that bit.
No, it wasn't.
The first it was, yes. I can tell you that.
John Panay.
Nope.
He did. I've seen him do it.
Well, I'm telling you, he's copying
Don't argue
the
with me,
material
Sean. I'm fatter than you.
By the way, get excited. Rutu just scored. Chicago is now up on Pittsburgh. How are those playoff hopes feel in Kansas City?
Wow.
Wowzers. One Chioma Rutu goal, and Sean's already counting the Penguins done.
They're going to be on a 2-game losing streak after this weekend with the Caps. The most
Who, the Caps or the Penguins?
The Penguins. The most anticipated game ever in hockey on Saturday on NBC.
Be still my pounding heart.
Yes. I can't wait to see two teams with 60 points.
Two teams with nothing to lose. Yes, going nowhere fast. Anyway.
Oh, my God.
Hey,
But
I'm
holy
talking as a guy whose team is plummeting down the standings. So there you go.
Welcome to the Terror Dome.
Oh yeah.
And now you have a guy who's neutral in net.
Yeah.
Who's
The
that?
Swift Miss,
Who's
David
that?
Aperture.
There you go.
It's okay,
Oh,
Lyle.
well.
I supported the Ottawa Senators since 1992. I understand. I know the struggle.
Oh hell, yeah.
We had Peter Sidorskevich in Met, the only Polish guy to actually stop pucks.
Yeah.
He did.
Oh, like a,
well.
yeah. Like
He didn't stop anything.
First
You
of all,
know that.
First of all, we're not bringing the Ottawa Senators as a
Who's?
The Ottawa Senators
Right.
as a sad story case, and the Montreal Canadiens when you're talking to Washington Capital fans. Seriously, in the same breath, you're going to bring that up. Not
What
only
if we were talking to a Blue Jackets fan?
No, hello, worst team ever in
I am a
hockey.
big fan of BJ's.
Dude, I'm going to isolate that one, too. That's going in the clip show as well.
Where is the message board?
Yep,
Let's
that's
see
going to
what
be
Mark-
coming up
Let's see
soon.
what Mark has to say about that.
I like BJ's on big ones.
Mark, have any comment about that one?
I don't think Mark knows that he's got something to say until
Mark-
after he's said it.
Mark knows he's got something to say, dog.
Oh, yeah?
Nope.
I think there's
Anyway, so
Yeah.
what's the next domino to fall, Lyle? Who is going to be the next team to just, you know what, screw it, we're going hog wild, and then...
Oh, like I said, well, speaking of my Habs, I have a feeling that a trade's coming for them. I have a feeling a shake-up deal's coming.
Ooh.
Well, it just goes to show. I mean, you know,
Could it be for a goaltender in Buffalo?
no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Yeah, right. The Sabres are going to trade with a team in their division. I don't think so.
The only guy really untouchable on that team is probably Saku, right? I mean,
Is
really,
who?
is
Koivu.
Koivu?
I mean, he's really got to be the only one untouchable in Montreal, right?
I would say so to a point, though. But right now, I mean, Bob Gainey. There was I just read an interview here that was on one of the French papers, and apparently Gainey was not in a good mood today. Did not want to talk to the media at all, and normally he's very accessible. So that's leading to speculation that he's busily working the phone. So I have a feeling a shake-up's coming. Whether it's a shake-up to try and get the team in the playoffs, or it's a sort of, you know what, enough of this crap, we're going to rebuild in earnest and gutter and let's see what happens, I don't know. But I definitely have a feeling that for Montreal, they're going to be the team to watch, that they're going to be doing something to shake things
sellers.
up. Pardon me?
They're sellers.
It's hard to say. Hard to say what it's going to be. Seller or buyer, I don't know. It depends on what mind frame Bob Gainey's in. If he wants to try and get his team into the playoffs, or if he's just going to say, you know what, we'll have to just wait and see.
By the way, the best Pittsburgh Penguin just scored, and so they just tied the game up. They're back in the playoffs, Kansas City.
Ronald Petrovicki?
No.
Mark Cullen.
Okay.
I definitely think the Bruins aren't done trading. I think I still think they've got another player to sell, and that's Marco Sturm. So I would
Might
not
as well
be.
get him while his value's high.
Oh, listen, he's a very good two-way forward. I could definitely see a lot of teams lining up to grab him. I mean, he's already said that he's going to test the unrestricted free agent market. So
this makes that Joe Thornton trade look great, huh? Let's trade away Brad Stewart and Marco Sturm. We don't need either of those two.
Yeah. Well, hey, Chiarelli didn't make that trade. That wasn't his trade, and he obviously wants to remake the team his way. So away you go. That's just the way that is.
Spend tons of money and then dump everybody.
Yeah, I definitely think Edmonton's going to be doing something.
The Rangers.
But it's just going to depend, buy or sell, because the further they keep dropping out of the playoff race themselves, the more the likelihood that they could turn around being sellers. It's an interesting situation with them, so I definitely wouldn't rule them out of doing something.
That's odd because that Northwest division is just so tight.
Yeah, but I mean, it's tight. But if you look at where the Oilers are, they're 6 points back right now out of the final playoff berth, and they've just continued to struggle. And here's an interesting bit of trivia, actually. If Edmonton and Carolina, who themselves are barely clinging to one of the final playoff berths in the Eastern Conference, if both those teams fail to make the playoffs, it will be the first time in NHL history that the two teams that were Stanley Cup finalists in 1 year do not make the playoffs the next year. That'll be a first.
Blame the salary cap. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think you can blame the salary cap on that. Definitely don't think it. Definitely could. Neither team can blame the salary cap on that.
Blame two goalies playing above their ass.
Yeah.
But
But anywho, that's just my little side note there. Florida, I think, is going to be a big seller. I think they're going to be selling off some guys here. I've heard Gary Roberts, Marty Jelena. Gary Roberts has a no-trade clause, but let's face it, if he had a chance to go and play for one of the Ontario teams, either Ottawa or Toronto, I'm sure he'd wave it in a heartbeat to go. Even hear that Eddie Belfour, Eddie the Eagle, might also be available. So one never knows. And Todd Bertuzzi, well, remains to be seen. He was supposed to make his debut on the 17th, and that's not going to happen now. I think that's been pushed ahead to either the 20th or 21st. I'm not sure. So,
we're getting back to Ed Belfour. Aside from tonight's horrendous performance, just by the team as a whole, he hasn't been that awful this year.
Well, considering his age and injuries and everything else, I mean, listen, if you're a team and you want to pick him up as a backup, and he'll have to accept the role as a backup, if you're looking for that kind of depth, it may not be a bad idea to pick him up. Good to have just for insurance. He's a big, he's played, he has lots of playoff experience. He's a big gamer. So why not? If he's available and, if you want to have the depth, why not do it? Sure.
Darcy Regier is now on the phone.
Is that who text messaged you, Laura? Darcy Regier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Laura,
actually, it's Ken Danico.
Conversation.
Ken Danico is getting back to me about being my best man at my Vegas wedding.
What?
Ken Danico's going to be my
Talking about
best
going
man.
to a tranny show, now you're finding best men? What the hell?
Yeah, we're going to get married in Vegas, and Ken Danico's going to be my best man.
Is that what they call the guy that says I do?
Sure. That too. He's got more money. Why the hell not?
Sorry, Eric.
Eric will get a check. He's not going to be worried about it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Wow.
Thanks, Laura.
What the hell is going to
No
say?
problem.
I don't know.
That's what I'm here
We
for.
did the sellers. Any big buyers out there? The Flames are done. We can. They've
Well,
been
yeah,
the biggest buyers of all.
the Flames are done, bro.
You would
I would
hope
not
so.
rule out Detroit bringing in a scoring winger. I can definitely see them trying to do that. They're interested in the unspeakable one too, supposedly, or they're one of the teams anyway that's mentioned. But I don't. I'm not sure that Kenny Holland would do that if he doesn't believe that Forsberg is at 100%. I could see him go.
Hey, by God, Gert Muller and Dougie Gilmore, beauty!
That Kingston, Ontario Canadian boy.
Here's a
There you
weird
go.
question. Could the one we hate, Peter Bondra, could he be a possible, with his age?
I have not heard his name mentioned at all, but anybody.
That surprises me. Just
I
because
don't think there's any real genuine interest in him, to tell you the truth. I really don't. Out of Chicago, Chicago's looking. They're looking at moving Smolinski. You hear Adrian Aucoin's name mentioned, but I don't see anybody wanting him, not with his salary and his injury history.
You'd have to.
A couple other veterans there they might try and move, Cullimore and Marty Lapointe, but Bondra, his name never comes up. So.
You'd have to check teams that were coming in to play against Chicago because he might leave on their plane.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Nashville's another team that also may be looking to bring in some depth for their third line.
Personally, I would like the Caps to trade for Bondra for like a 10th round draft choice and then cut him when he gets here.
For a 10th round draft choice?
Whatever round.
Is that what happens on Sunday after the draft this year?
And I want the ceremony for him to show up and then cut him personally.
You have a
Sean
hatred.
talking to his mic so I could hear what he was saying.
I just want him to cut Bondra. That's all I'm saying. They should trade for a 10th round draft choice and then cut him when he shows up.
So trade for Peter Bondra for a 10th round choice and then cut him.
Right.
Wow. Then give his kids red cards. Is that what you're gonna do?
Make sure they move into their house first and then cut them.
Anyway, sorry, Lyle. Go on.
No problem. That's pretty much done. I was pretty much done anyway.
Now what's the question I want to see is after watching the Thrashers play and go through their awful West Coast trip with Canada, just being demolished. Is there anything, because they have one good line, and then after that, it's just nothing beyond Kozlov.
They're shopping around too. They've got some available cap room that if they need to bring in somebody else, they will. And again, they're another team supposedly interested in the unspeakable one. But again, they might look at somebody like Smolinski or look elsewhere. Definitely to try and bring in some more depth. I had to chuckle. I read when they acquired Eric Belanger that Don Waddell said he saw him on the first two lines, and I'm like, boy, I'm glad you see him there, Don, because I don't. He is not a first or second line guy. He's a good second line guy. He's pretty good on the face-offs. I mean, I would throw him out there, to win a crucial draw for you, perhaps on the power play or on a penalty kill, but I would not make him a regular on the first or second line. I certainly wouldn't put him there at all. So I would not be surprised to see them make moves. As I said,
go ahead. It seems that the Thrashers need more defense than they do offense because defense.
Well, you would think that. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. You would think that, but they just dealt off Vitaly Vishnevsky, who's a pretty, a very, very physical defenseman. In fact, the Detroit Red Wing fans were not happy to hear that Nashville had picked Vishnevsky up because he is a very physical blue liner. He plays with a mean streak, and so it was unusual. If you would think if they needed defense, why did they turn around and trade away arguably their best physical defenseman? So I think the need is more to look up front than to bolster their blue line core.
And I'm starting a rumor right now because I can.
Okay.
Ruslan Saleh to Atlanta for Eric Bolton and a second-round choice. Making that call.
And what leads you to that conclusion?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay. That's fine. No, I'm just curious.
Pulling it out of my ass. That's what I'm doing.
All right.
Because
Hey,
Atlanta
listen,
needs
you can have a listen. You could write rumors for a living, man. Just pull them out of your ass.
HockeyBuzz.com hiring.
I'm not going there.
Anyway.
Anyway.
You got anything? We touched almost everything in your stack of fun, which is illegal in this state, but it's Valentine's Day, so we'll let it go.
Bag buzz.
And we're snowed in, so it's not even top.
What? Anything else in the stack of enjoyment?
Well, you'll be happy to know, as we all know, the salary cap is going to go up to potentially to $48 million.
This is awesome.
Isn't that great? Now, here's my question.
Lord.
Yeah. How long do you think it's going to take before one of the small market general managers start bitching that they can't make a living under this system? The very
What time
system
is it
that
now?
they wanted.
At what point do the Oilers start bitching again and need a lottery?
Oh, yeah.
The Oilers are bitching about getting a new arena.
Oh, yes, they are. But remember, this CBA was going to save small market teams like Edmonton. Come on. Gary said so, and he wouldn't lie. He's a lawyer.
Lawyers never lie.
They never lie. Come on. Of course not. No. Like I said, I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. They're saying the cap's going to go up $48 million for next season. It could potentially hit over $50 million the season after that. So, we shut down. We lost a whole season of hockey over what? Over what?
Tell you, when,
$50 million
when
was
the
the
bubble
cap
burst, Lyle.
What?
When the bubble burst, it's going to burst huge.
What bubble? What bubble's that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The hypothetical bubble that I
The
just
hypothetical
spoke around,
bubble.
the
Listen,
Ruslan
even if revenue...
Ruslan Soleil for Eric Bolton and a second-round pick.
At least it's not for Michael Bolton.
And here's something,
That'd
and here's
be a bad
something else.
trade.
And here's something else too. People kind of wonder why, contracts are so high. They thought, well, why we had the salary cap? Why are contracts so high? I think one reason why they're as high as they are is because players want to have the extra money for escrow payments. So every year when they're going to make their escrow payments, they got that little bit. They've got that extra. Let's say you got a player who earns $3.5 million. He turns around the following season. He's going to be up for a new contract. Now, normally $3.5 million. They normally try and double it, right? They're looking at double it, go to $6 million. But if he's got to pay, let's say, an average, let's say 7 to 10% in escrow payments, he'd actually earn less, right? So what do? You sign for $7 million a season, so you get that extra buffer zone there to pay your escrow payments and get what you think you truly deserve. And the best thing is, all that money, the escrow money, goes back to the owners so that they can then turn around and go and spend it on players who are going to ask for the same amount, just the same, blah, blah, blah. Isn't that great?
Vicious cycle.
I'm telling you, this is the hey, it's saving small market teams. Just ask the league, they'll tell you.
Small market teams.
It's saving the
I looked
small
at the
market
attendance in St. Louis the other day. 9,000 people showed up.
Oh, I'm telling
Outstanding.
you. Hoo-ah.
Freaking John Davis.
Oh, well,
Go
St.
back
Louis
to the
isn't
booth.
a small market team. St. Louis fans just aren't showing up because the team's falling on hard times, as fans tend to do sometimes when teams
No,
fall on
fans are
hard
fickle.
times.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Fans are with you, win or tie. Listen, the one good thing is that in Montreal, the fans will still go if for nothing else, so they can boo you when you suck.
Well,
Montreal always do well at the gate. The team can be horrible. They'll still show. Same as in Toronto back in the 80s, man, in the bad old days when the Leafs were one of the worst teams in the league. They still sold out the Gardens. It wasn't so much that the fans loved the team. They just wanted to go there so they could show Harold Ballard what they thought of the team he was icing. He didn't care. He laughed all the way to the bank, but it gave them a chance to vent. It was great. See, Canadian hockey fans are dumb that way. We're dumb that way. That's where American hockey fans are smarter. If your team sucks, you just don't show up until they get better. Us, we'll go and we'll plunk down the money. It's like, I'm so damn mad. I'm going to spend this money on you just so I can boo your ass. Boo!
Or they don't show up because it's irrelevant in the market that they are in. And they know there's a hockey team.
Yeah, I think, Lyle, the more thing about American fans not showing up is the fact that it isn't cool when the team's not winning, so people don't go to games. Like when they're winning, people are like, "Oh, you want to go to the Caps game?" And people are like, "Yeah, let's go to the Caps game." You couldn't give away Capitals
That game last
tickets
night
when
was
they're
awesome. You know?
Yeah. I remember that guy for the Caps, Even LeBron. He was great.
But I mean, it's the same. I mean, look at Philadelphia this year. Their attendance has been dropping. You've seen a lot more empty seats there. You never saw empty seats there
Because you can't chuck batteries on the ice. That's why.
But look at Buffalo. Same thing. Before they started having the big win there during the season when they went bankrupt, everything like that, that place was a tomb. It was a tomb. It was these guys were playing to like nothing but empty seats.
They had more
and now
people
you
in Hamilton
can't
watching.
get a ticket. You cannot get a ticket to a
See,
Sabres
with Buffalo, the threat of the scoreboard coming and crashing down and killing everyone was also a fear of people.
See, Cuba Gooding Jr. hasn't been to a game in years.
There you go.
Hey, look at the Islanders. Since the Islanders have started becoming pathetic, now all of a sudden it's not cool to go to Islander games anymore.
They sign a goalie to a 15-year contract, and they're in a playoff hunt. Who knew?
Wow. It's going to come back as the greatest deal ever. When
you
the
go.
salary cap is $400 million in 10 years, it's going to be a great deal.
The salary cap's going to start growing exponentially.
It's just going to go. It's not going to go down. It's like inflation.
Oh, the cap is not going to go down. It may level off.
At least one
but
good
you're
thing.
not going to see it. If it drops, it'll only be like a minimal amount. It won't even be. It'll be negligible if it goes down. It's not going to go down.
At least the one good thing, though, is if the cap's still going up, that means that Gary Bettman's bringing revenue in, or else they'd have no reason to be able to make the cap go up. So.
Well, yes and no on that.
Or
kind
they're
of
changing one
yes
side
and
of the
no. There
equation
was
to the other.
a chap named Mark Spector, no relation to me, of course.
Or they're effing with the accounting cycle, and that's
what I'm saying.
wrong.
Yeah.
Enron
But,
screwed that up for people.
Yeah,
but a fellow by the name of Mark Spector writes for the National Post. Actually, had a very very interesting article in there about the whole thing. That noted that the league's overall gate receipts climbed just 4.9% through December 31st, despite an average ticket price hike of 5.9%. More alarming is the fact that gate receipts are down in 9 U.S. markets, which means in a gate-driven league with negligible U.S. TV deals, more than one-third of the 24 American markets are not making as much money in ticket sales as they were last season, despite higher prices in most cases. So he's telling us that what we've got here is what you call yourself a false economy here. But,
Sounds like voodoo economics.
Quite a thing the NHL has going on for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird how that works.
They've always played a little loose and fast with their revenue. But
Hold on. Got a fax here.
Is it something to
Breaking
do with
news,
being
the NHL
loose and
has
fast?
just signed on with Arthur Anderson to do their taxes.
Oh, jeez.
More on this as it develops.
I'm glad you won in that raid because I was thinking something else with fast, unfortunately.
Fast?
Yes. And
like gambling? Driving? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't say that about the NHL.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right,
We'll
then.
get the video up at some point, and we'll see Sean
driving
and motioning stuff.
120
All right,
miles
well then.
through cities.
Right.
Go to YouTube and get yourself Laura loving BJ's and Sean driving.
She didn't demonstrate it, right?
Is he a Ghost Rider?
Don't tell people that. They won't watch the show.
That'll be the extra.
I don't know. We should ask
After
his wife.
show.
Whoa.
Be like the MTV after show.
The fifth segment?
Ghost Rider, nothing? All right.
What?
On the Face-Off after show.
Why are you looking at me? What am I supposed to say to that?
Demonstrates BJ's.
We've determined on this show that I have herpes and that I like BJ's. I'm afraid to say anything.
She just wants to sit in the corner now. And
I am.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here doing my work. I'm sending some emails out to people that haven't read the message board yet.
Whatever you read on that board is not true.
It's not true, I swear.
Everybody loves it.
It was meant as a way to exaggerate a point about how disgusting the showers were.
Not that you
As
actually
if you
do
could
have
actually
herpes.
get hair herpes from a shower.
You can't.
And it just mushroomed.
Well, if you
yeah,
did,
look,
Yeah, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
Well, look who you're.
Johnny and Scotty would have it too. Same shower, right? Or did you
I don't
not
know.
take it?
Scotty, did you shower at the Dufferin?
Unfortunately, I did. But,
How did you shower at the Dufferin? Because that
Yeah,
shower
'cause
head
that-
was...
That shower hit me in the
It was
chest.
like, yeah, it was aimed at Johnny's chest. So I don't even know how
Well, let's just
What
say
did
that
you
was
watch?
The best, that was the
Brave,
best
brave
candy
man.
I ever got.
It's a brave, brave man.
So if I got hair herpes, that means you got.
Oh.
No, I actually got rid of it. Chicken soup and Sprite cured the herpes.
Is that what it is? I thought it was.
Cabbage rolls and coffee.
I thought it was strippers and root beer.
Chicken soup cures the soul.
I like that cure better. There you go.
Strippers and root beer?
Strippers and root beer cured the AIDS.
The only other thing that'll kill it is dying in a fire, right?
Yeah, exactly, and then getting punched in the throat.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Wow, this last part of the show has turned into an inside joke festival.
This part of the show has been brought to you by the Dufferin, the most unique hotel in
Brought
the
to you by the
Vancouver
draft
district.
of 06.
Now, I'm gonna get Lyle's answer on this on air before we let him go.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Now, I thought of this idea, possibly throwing it around last week, when we were in Columbus, me and Johnny and Mark and Sean and Laura and whoever the hell else is there, just sit down and tell inside jokes for however long we have tape. Would you watch something like that?
Would I watch something like that? Well, since I know some of the inside jokes, I probably would to see if there were any that I could recognize.
Well, we would give the
inside
definitions
joke
of
I'd
them
be
and the
playing.
origins of them.
It'd be like, oh, I know what they're talking about.
So you're talking about exploiting all the inside jokes.
Yeah,
I'm
tell-all.
exposing the inside jokes is what I'm doing.
An expose, if you will.
I like it.
Exactly.
Be like an OJ I Did It book.
An expose tonight on the Faceoff Hockey Show. An expose of inside jokes.
Drunken Columbus. All your inside joke questions answered.
Ooh, see, I like that.
Face-off
People could
hockey show
email
goes
questions. What the hell does this mean? Does
So
Laura
you
really
wanna
have
hear
herpes? As I scratch my head.
Yeah.
Story.
So if you want to see a bunch,
visuals of it,
so if you want to see a bunch of people sitting around drunk telling inside
and if you want to see my hog,
Why, you're not going to wear pants during it?
oh dude,
So listen,
We're not
I just have one
talking about a
question.
John Madden broadcast
I just
on
have one
NBC.
question. When the draft's in Ottawa next year, when I can actually attend it with you guys, is it up to me to find the sleazy hotel, or do I leave that up to you guys?
I've
we'll find
taken
it
my
for you,
name.
Lyle.
I've
Okay.
taken my name out of the mix of any hotel that we ever choose for this show again. Again.
I told you at the time when you said, you guys, I said, what hotel you staying at? Well, we had to move because the one we were in before, and what one were you staying in? The Duffer, and I was immediately, I'm like, oh my God, you didn't go there. You're like, wow, you sound like you know this place. Uh-huh.
Well, it was kind of, I mean,
well, there's
it lived
a
up to it.
stopover from Victoria one night, and well,
It lived up to its billing.
Hey, I didn't
It
know you
was-
were there.
You know,
It was in the entertainment
it's a
district.
good thing you'll never let me in charge of it, because otherwise we'd be staying at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas covering the draft.
Yeah,
I like
see,
it.
that would have been the problem. Is the
Sean, this is
Vancouver
in
draft
Ottawa?
would have been in Vegas.
I'd have us shacking up in random people's basements. That's what I'd be like. No. I know this
glad-
guy.
that was the
think-
last half
I'm
of
actually-
the tape there.
that part of the thing. because
Actually,
I know these guys.
was
in
it the
Columbus.
Dufferin
Oh, we're-
actually
no,
someone's
we're set.
basement? I could have sworn it was.
It's
Hey,
possible.
listen, I can arrange that. My brother-in-law lives in Ottawa, so we can do the show out of his
See?
basement.
And-
That's
There you go.
perfect.
And the other, the
I
Not
other
just
like
haven't
we've
told him yet. But
It's
I'm
not
sure
like we've
have
never done a
Scotty's
show
part
in
of
the
the show where
basement
he's gonna
before.
he
come
wouldn't
up.
mind.
if you want to realize what you just said,
What?
I'm going to have us shacking up in other guys, and then Scotty could fill it out.
Ah.
Yeah.
See?
There, see.
We
That's
could
why
get
I'm here.
We could get people to pay us, and we'd send them like clips of adding other people's names to the end
Kansas
of that.
City with a comeback
Wait, they're
victory
paying us to
tonight.
stay in their basements?
No, I was
Yes.
just saying that they could pay us to add their name to the end of that clip,
You
but
guys
that's
are-
fine
Oh.
too.
You guys are missing.
If you want to have people to pay us to shack up in
I
their
kn-
basement, that's
I know a couple
completely
people that
different
would
story.
pay me to sleep in their basement.
Yeah,
That's sick, actually.
with
when
or
you think about
without
it.
them there.
We are really
I like
late,
that.
guys. I hate
Text
to break up
message
this
going.
whole thing that I started. I apologize.
And don't you regret
So
doing
proud
that
of
now?
What can I say?
Eh.
You live and you learn. That's
Don't
the risk
sponsor.
of doing
Oh.
business,
Was that
Lyle.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Really?
only
Wow.
sponsors, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just thinking
yeah,
that.
all two of them.
You said basement sleeping.
So, SpectorsHockey.net, you can find all the latest trade rumors and trade updates, and also for all the trade analysis, go to blogs.foxsports.com/Spector. Lyle Richardson, it's been a pleasure, as always. Next week, fun times.
Yep. Another week closer to the deadline, guys.
There you go. What are we, like 2 weeks away?
Yep. 2 weeks.
Wow.
2 weeks from yesterday. Less than 2 weeks to go.
Pierre McGuire's just going to have a conniption fit that day. It's going to be his celebration.
Because all the trades are monsters! It's a monster trade.
He's a monster. I swear to God, like I said, every time I see him in between the glass, I think it's a dick in a box, and then just completely awful. Anyway, Lyle Richardson, the man who is head of the Prince Edward Island chapter of Peter Forsberg fans, joining us as always.
The Kingston board.
When we come back, the WHO report, possibly a call-in from the man who once owned the DX Express after this. It's Faceoff Hockey Show. FaceoffHockeyShow.com. Stay with us.
Looking for a place to forget about the hustle and bustle of the rat race? Need a place to celebrate the big win out on the ice? How about you head down to PW's Place in Laurel? PW's is a unique sports bar and full-service restaurant. Opening at 5 a.m. each day, PW's boasts a popular breakfast, lunch, and dinner menu and is renowned for such items as homemade breakfast gravies, overstuffed clubs, and fresh ground beef burgers. With Molson Canadian on tap, you'll be able to enjoy your meals in front of a multiple TV layout, while during commercials you can hit the pool tables or dartboard to lay the smack down on your friends or complete strangers. Plus, if you can't be away from your computer for any length of time, PW's is a Wi-Fi hotspot. Tell them Faceoff Hockey Show sent you and, well, they'll smile politely and refill your mug. PW's Place is located at 9855 North Washington Boulevard in Laurel, Maryland. PW's is situated directly between Baltimore and Washington and is easily accessed via I-95, Route 1, or the 295 Parkway. For directions, happy hour specials, or to see what events are going on, give them a call at 301-498-4840. That's 301-498-4840. PW's Place, the most unique sports bar in Laurel, Maryland.
Hi, Vincent Cavalier.
Hi, Martin Brodeur. Alexander Ayechkin.
Joe Thornton. Promise never to be out-hustled.
I will play both ends of the ice.
Fight for every loose puck.
I will sacrifice my body for my team.
I will always choose grit over flash.
Substance over style. I will work and sweat and suffer.
So that come game time,
my team can shine.
I am a CCM hockey player.
CCM hockey player. CCM hockey player.
I am a CCM hockey player.
What are you doing with all that weight anyway? It's dangerous.
Well, it'll be worth it when I make the cheerleading squad this time. With Amber and everyone else, then I'm not a loser.
Okay, hang on a second. You want to become a cheerleader to prove to a girl that you are not a loser?
Yeah. What?
Nothing. Just high school's changed a little bit since I was a kid.
The playoff teams in one division is set, while the Medicine Hat Tigers extend their streak to 15 straight to stay at first place in the WHL. The U.S. Division playoff teams have been set with Everett in first place with 90 points, followed by the Tri-City Americans, who are 20 points behind in second. The Spokane Chiefs currently sit third with 66 points, and the Seattle Thunderbirds have the last playoff spot with 63 points. The Portland Winterhawks have officially been eliminated from the playoffs with only 32 points on the season. In the BC Division, Vancouver has stopped their slide to take over first place in that division with 81 points. The Kamloops Blazers are 2 points behind in second with 79 points on the season. Well back in third is the Prince George Cougars, who are currently 23 points behind the Blazers. Fighting for the last playoff spot is the Kelowna Rockets and Chilliwack Bruins, who are separated by 3 points. In the East Division, the Brandon Wheat Kings lead with 69 points, while 10 points behind in second is the Regina Pats. Tied with 53 points is third and fourth place Prince Albert Raiders and Swift Current Broncos. Finding themselves without a spot in the playoffs is the Saskatoon Blades with 45 points and the Moose Jaw Warriors with 43 points. The Medicine Hat Tigers have put some space between themselves and the Kootenay Ice as they lead the second place team by 8 points. The Calgary Hitmen sit in third, 15 points behind Kootenay, while the Red Deer Rebels currently have the fourth spot with 64 points. Lethbridge is still not out of the playoff contention, though, only 5 points behind the Rebels and having a game in hand. The Boston Pizza WHL Player of the Week is Kootenay Ice forward Curtis Bilston. Bilston, a 20-year-old Calgary, Alberta native, scored 4 goals and 5 assists in 4 games to help Kootenay to 3 wins and an overtime loss. Bilston is in his 4th WHL season and is a free agent. We have a new leader in the WHL top 5 scorers as Calgary Hitmen forward Ryan White leads all goal scorers with 77 points. Everett Zach Hamill sits in second with 74 points, while Colton Yellowhorn of Tri-City is tied for the league lead in goals with 39 and a total of 72 points on the season, good enough for third. Tied with 71 points is Kamloops' Brock Nixon and Red Deer's Martin Hansel, who sit fourth and fifth. How do you spell dethroned? Reekie. Everett goaltender David Reekie has taken over the goaltending lead with a 174 goals against and 18 wins. Teammate Leland Irving drops to second with a 176 goals against and 27 wins. Tyson Sexsmith of Vancouver is third with a 191 goals against and 24 wins. Fourth place belongs to Taylor Dakers of Kootenay with 223 goals against and his 26 wins, while rounding out the top 5 is Matt Keatley of Medicine Hat with a 230 goals against and a league-leading 35 wins. The Calgary Hitmen won 2 of their 3 games on the road trip, including 1 shutout. The Hitmen were in Regina Friday, where Dan Spence made 24 saves to earn his 6th shutout of the year, beating the Pats 3-0. Dan Mercer, Brody DuPont, and Carson McMillan scored for the Hitmen, while Pats goalie Lyndon Roat made 30 saves in the losing effort. Regina went 0 for 6 on the power play, while the Hitmen only managed to score on 1 of their 7 power plays. The Hitmen traveled to Brandon the next night, where they got down 3-0 before the end of the first period and were unable to recover from the deficit, losing 4-2. Wheat Kings goaltender Tyler Plant made 32 saves in the win, while Calgary's Martin Jones stopped 29 of 33 in the loss. Brandon's goals came from Colby Rowack, Jirash Simic, Dustin Cohn, and Jeff Topico, while Calgary got markers from Ian Duvall and Ryan White. The road trip wrapped up in Swift Current, where the Hitmen beat the Broncos 4-3 thanks to 3 second-period goals. Dan Spence was back in net for the Hitmen for the win, making 22 saves, while both Broncos goalies made appearances in net. Swift Current's goals came from Dale Wise and Daniel Rakos, while Calgary got a pair from Brody DuPont and singles from Freddie Pedersen and Keegan Dansereau. The Hitmen now face Lethbridge at home on Wednesday and Kamloops on Sunday before traveling to Saskatoon for a game Tuesday. What does former WHLers, the First Setter Sun and Warm Ale have in common? They are all in England. The Elite Ice Hockey League, or EIHL, is home to 33 former WHL players, including Sean Sutter, who plays for the Sheffield Steelers and is second overall in league scoring. In addition to Sutter, the Steelers have 4 other former WHLers, including Corey Sarich's younger brother and former Calgary Hitman Rod Sarich, who is assistant captain on the Steelers and third in league scoring. The Cardiff Devils have the most WHL influence in their lineup, with a total of 6 players making the lineup. The WHL team with the most alumni in the EIHL, Moose Jaw, with 7 alumni on various EIHL teams. It seems that the English teams are as happy to have these players as the players are to be playing for them. Many of the players in England were great players in juniors, but somehow remain undrafted or unsigned by NHL clubs, or had injuries that did not allow them to play well enough by the club standards. However, in England, they are able to be all-stars and given that second chance to have a great hockey career. For the WHL Report, this is Jack.
So that's that. And now we go to a man who is just back from a free clinic visit, which I don't know why he would do that. Maybe after some message board posting.
It could be.
Test here and there.
He could
Mark
be.
with a C. Mark, what's up, buddy?
Yo, what's going on? Hey, listen, just because I went to a clinic doesn't mean I have, it's still an elementary process. We're not sure if I have anything yet.
Mark,
I didn't know you could part F somebody, man.
Mark
Seriously.
and everybody in the show, look, it's
bang
a seal.
someone's part that nicely and get the hair herpes.
So how's the hockey talk going? Is what my question.
Tremendous, as always.
Yeah.
Do you know animal
We got our
crackers were a good
30%
source
in,
of
so we're
calcium?
done.
All right.
Animal crackers are really messed up, though, because that makes all animals taste the same.
Like chicken.
But in the end, don't they all?
Yeah. They all taste like chicken.
Bah, sheep.
You like sheep. Shaw just busted into a set of
Sean
Barnums.
likes the beef.
Barnum's animal crackers that's been sitting in the studio for the better part of the last month, I believe.
No, it hasn't. 2 weeks.
But see, the thing
There's
is,
no
animal
way
crackers,
that's only been there
animal
for 2
crackers
weeks.
are like the solid equivalent of the Twinkie.
They have a half-life, is that what you mean?
Yes, exactly.
I bought these animal crackers January 26th. Thank you very much.
Okay, fine.
How the hell do you know
only
that?
Like
I
2.5
bought
weeks
it in
old. That's not
Florida.
bad.
On my flight back.
Huh.
Huh.
God,
How
I don't
about
even know when I bought this beer.
Earlier today.
Early tonight.
Wow, you're good.
I'm a master.
He's a math magician, that guy.
I am the know and buy people stuff dog.
Hi, Mark.
Laura
Hey,
misses
hey.
you.
Thanks for sticking up for me on the message board. I
That was
appreciate that.
the gayest hi I've ever heard you say. What?
Hmm?
Scotty, you knew me throughout high school. Let's be honest here.
This is true. You did like the, like a little... Not
Good.
saying.
You
I'm
bet
just
you can't
I'm not
just eat one
judging.
animal.
Because, hey, not there's anything wrong with
Remember,
that.
Scotty, you were the one with the pants off.
Hey, man, you're the one who bent over. Very awkward.
Oh,
No,
hey,
no,
hey.
you were the one who didn't wear pants in school, so.
Hey,
Just
you
give
were
you
the
a better
one
look,
that...
sweetheart.
So, Valentine's Day, huh?
What can you say?
Mark's backside looks like a brown scrunchie now. Let's move on.
Wow.
So you couldn't get through all the ice and hail and imminent death out there, could you?
Yeah, it was a storm of biblical proportions down here in
And
D.C.
of course,
or at least,
knowing your luck with vehicles and bad weather.
Yeah, it's bad. That was a bad idea for me to even try to come up.
Even thinking about it.
Yeah, it was absurd. So the Beltway, the Washington Beltway this morning, the plow trucks decided to plow maybe only the left side of the road, like the very left lane, and then once they decided that the left lane was plowed enough, they decided to merge into the lane next to it, to the right, and decided not to put up any signs. So people were driving down the Beltway expecting it to be 4 lanes, but people in the left lane hit essentially a pile of snow and had to cut in front of people in the right lane once the plow truck decided that it was a good idea to stop. So, long story short,
Maybe he ran out of gas.
I wound up not hitting anything, but people cut in front of me quite a bit on the way to work this morning.
Thanks for the traffic update, Aaron Raycroft.
Yeah, no problem.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it sounds awful, dude.
I, on the other hand, did not go to work.
Was this in PG County or was this in Montgomery County?
This is Montgomery County / Fairfax County.
PG doesn't do stuff like that.
PG represents.
We don't plow. You just go through it.
I was going to say because PG County, that's Stan the Man's old stomping ground.
I've driven on 50 many a times where you're just going down the tracks to the person in front of you. It's kind of like it's kind of like one of those Disney rides.
Okay, all right. Disney rides are
You've
you?
never been on those Disney rides as a kid where they have the rail and you're driving the car, but
Like I've never Small World after all, Sean?
No, it's like a car thing.
Mr. O'Connor's Wild Ride.
It's a
You want an
Small World after
internship here? What are you going to bring to the table? Give me some ribs, you bastard. Wings. Damn it. Like, suck. Not
That
ribs,
life.
wings.
Yep.
I apologize.
Wings and animal crackers.
By the way, whatever happened to intern Tommy?
Intern Tommy?
I don't know.
I think
He was gone way before Laura got here.
Intern Tommy.
You're
is,
damn right he was.
Intern Tommy is actually working, I believe, at a You Got Pimped store.
Is intern Tommy Poisel's kid?
No.
Oh.
You even remember intern Tommy?
I don't know.
Oh, well, he was there for like 2 or 3 weeks
That might have been during my drunken stage of
during
life.
the summertime.
Sorry.
So anyway, let's get back
Had
to
a
some hockey.
weird Will Smith moment.
A lot of goalie news.
Goalies.
Going to appease Mark.
Goalies.
Mark likes goalies.
I like
Ray
goalies
Emery
more than Mark
suspended
likes
3
goalies.
games for slashing Maxime Lapierre in the face.
That
yes,
hurt.
that sounds extremely familiar to me.
That hurts bad, by the way.
Have you ever done that, Mark?
Before.
You've never
Lord.
slashed anyone in the face, have you, Mark?
I have. I've done that before.
Oh.
Many times. The
Did
guy's
you
on
get-
his own team.
Did you
Actually,
get
Scotty,
suspended?
you were I thought you were there when I did it.
I probably was, but I don't remember.
Remember the game?
You know,
when,
I remember you punching someone in the face with your blocker.
Yeah, but I hit him with
why
my
we love you
stick.
so
I didn't
much,
punch him with my blocker. I slashed him in the face. He may have had a face mask on, but I still hit him in the face.
There you go. All right.
Henry, I feel
Frederick,
you, brother. I'm on your side.
Frederick Narina, multi-year deal with the Columbus Blue Jackets,
That's awesome.
so that's good for him.
Because Pascal Leclerc's played a lot this season.
Yeah, when he's not injured, he plays like 10 minutes and then goes down in a heap.
Yeah.
Ole Kolzig's out for 3 weeks after injuring himself in
I think
practice
it's the
on
same
Monday.
time he got injured last year.
What's that?
I think this is the same exact time he got injured last year.
Yeah, Sean
could be
asked.
right.
Sean asked if Kolzig finished the season last year either, and I was like, I'm not sure he did. And Sean goes, it was a yes or no question.
2 seasons ago he didn't, because remember that's when they called up all these random guys from college, like Matt Yeats got a start.
Oh yeah, that guy was awesome.
Matt Yeats was great.
Oh yeah.
So here's something for our UK fans,
Okay.
all our guys over in the UK. The Los Angeles
All
Kings
two
are
of you.
possibly going to play a game over there in England to christen the new O2 Arena in London town.
Is it really taking them 5 years to build it?
Probably.
Oh, well, O2, the team the people that sponsor Arsenal.
Yes.
Yeah. It
They're
would have been
used to sponsor Arsenal.
It would have been more fun if they had O2 meaning the year.
Yeah.
The irony of it.
Or two atoms of oxygen.
Yes.
That would have been even more odd.
That is kind of odd, actually.
When you think about it, yeah.
I mean, and if you have 2 atoms of oxygen, you need 4 atoms of hydrogen. That's what Kenyon told me.
Yes.
I thought you'd only
Playa.
need one.
No, because H2O makes water.
Right.
And if you have
Oxygen
2 O's,
ion.
you need 4 H's.
I don't know. Who cares? My mind just...
Because
Oh,
then
man,
you'd
I
have
miss Mold Day.
then you'd have 2 molecules of water.
Damn it, what kind of crackers I got left?
What kind of crack you have left?
Buffalo. I don't know what the sound of buffalo makes.
But by the way, Mark, Laura brought Fund It for us, and we're all pretty hopped up on on sugar right now.
I also brought you a Valentine's Day present, Mark.
Why is it always the time I
Is
don't
it a
show up
positive
when
test
the
result?
comes?
Although
No, not that.
although
A real, actual, like, I had to go to the store and put thought
The-
into it and buy it present. And then I got here and I
Well,
didn't
then
see his
I'm gonna
car,
treat
so
you
I
with
was
a
like,
stick.
well, I don't want to
Yeah.
walk in with a Valentine's Day present for somebody that's not even going to be there, so I left it in my car. And I hope it explodes.
Wow.
Holy shit.
although
Nothing says I love you like exploding shit.
Nobody's talking about love.
the
Special guest Laura, the terrorist of the show.
on the back of the
Okay, no, hold on. You know what? I just realized
no,
something.
no, stop. Blame it on God. Don't blame it on me. I didn't make
No,
this
I
show
just-
come.
I just realized something.
Mark, I could have rode here on my tricycle and been okay. Seriously, stop being such a
we now
Sally.
have-
Yeah, you
We
don't
now
live
have,
an hour and 15 minutes away. You live 20 minutes.
Okay, I would have rode on my tricycle to go down to Bethesda, pick you up, and then drive you up here.
You wouldn't have taken that long to go pick him up.
We now have a sound clip of Laura saying she likes BJ's and she's hoping it explodes.
There you go.
Oh, you're so good to
There
me,
was another
Scotty.
part, too.
I try, baby. I try.
What was the other part?
Something about going to people's houses or something. I forgot what you said.
shacking
Yeah,
up in
shacking up
people's
with other guys'
basements.
house.
Paying me to sleep in their basements?
Yes. Paying me to sleep.
Good Lord. We just need to find Kickwave, and when Laura's not here, she is.
Honestly, we can find Kickwave.
I have Kickwave. All we need is the. All we
Sean
need are the.
banned
All we need is
Kickwave.
the clips.
You know what we really need? We need people to find good one-liners for us and send them to us so we can put them in the Kickwave.
We've been asking this for over a year.
We don't need
It,
that.
yeah, no one's responded. It's
We
cool.
don't want a kick wave. The kick wave is banned from the show.
I have Kickwave up.
No, you don't. I'm
That's
watching.
what she
I'm looking
said.
right at it.
Heyo.
It says your system supports a sound card. Thank you.
You do have kick wave up.
Told you I have
bastard.
Kickwave.
You bastard.
Nothing's loaded though.
Good. Keep it unloaded.
Wow.
I don't like it when your kick wave's loaded.
Yeah. Loaded kick waves go off and explode.
Like in the summer.
Bet you by golly, wow.
Like the summer of 69.
You trying to get me to say something?
Oh, what a night.
I see that look on your face.
Oh, what a night.
It's only a matter of time before Laura says something that we can kick wave.
Oh, what a night.
All I was saying was that I got him a Valentine's Day present, and he wasn't here to receive it.
I'm sorry.
I thought you didn't believe in Valentine's Day.
I don't, but I believe in
Exploding,
Mark.
Receiving.
She believes in the institute of Mark.
Nothing.
And the small of a woman's back.
And Fun Dip.
And hanging
Fun Dip. I
curveballs.
definitely believe in Fun
She
Dip.
believes the
No,
institute
wait,
of Mark
wait,
will
wait,
rise
wait,
again.
wait. What kind of Fun Dip did you get?
Cherry and apple
Fish.
surprise. And
Yeah, the other
surprise.
one's kind
You
of
didn't get
weird.
grape?
There's grape.
No, it didn't
Raz,
have grape.
apple, magic, and
Raz,
cherry.
apple, magic.
Although the slogan on the back of the
Oh,
Fun
this is
Dip
great. This is good stuff.
tremendous because apparently it's the Valentine's Day version, so you can give it to people and write like to and from on it. And
Of course.
on the back it says, "Look inside for a special Valentine message on the stick."
Isn't there always a special Valentine's message on the stick?
God, if I had,
I think
So
Mark
you
has
read
that
really,
sort of
really
zipper.
close.
I think if we add the Fun Dip slogan to the Caps' new slogan and say, "Look inside for a special Valentine's message on the stick, see it, feel it," then that makes it complete.
See it, feel it is kind
Good
of.
to me. Let's make it happen.
See it, feel it might be the best slogan the Caps have ever come up with.
And you know what the worst part was? They had a picture on their website of a little kid holding up that see it, feel it sign
Oh, no.
for a very long time. Like a little boy, like 5 years old. It's not like Michael Jackson is their GM or anything.
Not like that. There's a priest behind it, holding the sign.
Gotta go there.
I did.
Gotta go there.
Yeah.
You're the one that pisses everyone off.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yes, you're the one everybody loves.
That's because they love me. What's not to love?
I don't know. The Ranger fans don't love you.
No, I yell at Rangers fans. That's why. Because they're idiots. All
Well,
of them.
Yeah. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. Although his group did spend a lot of money at the Capitals game on Saturday night, so I'd like to thank the Rangers fans for coming to the game and spending money for the Caps. It's the only thing you guys were worth. Sorry.
Tell us how you really
Applause
feel.
here.
Do what?
I said applause here.
Right.
Parentheses.
Yeah. I just have an issue with people being pricks in other arenas. Like, I don't have a problem with you rooting for your team. Just don't be a dick about it.
Well, don't ever go to a Red Sox-Orioles game.
Per capita, I got to imagine that Ranger, probably Devil, are the biggest fans in other arena dicks of any other fans. Because I don't think any
Philly fans used to be.
Philly's up there, too. I could put them. Ranger, I'd go Ranger, Philly, then
You think Devils fans are dicks?
Devils fans are dicks.
Really?
Yeah, but the 6 of them that claim to be Devils fans, I'm not sure that there are a whole lot of Devils fans that actually tell people that they like the
We're talking
Devils.
about the people that actually have the nerve to come down to the nation's capital.
I don't know. The Red Wings fan that threw the octopi on the ice last year was a big dick, too.
Red Wing fans are dicks. Yeah, I agree with that.
He threw more than one?
They only have one.
No.
He got escorted out of
Then
the
it would have
arena.
been an octopus.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Mm.
I just like saying octopi.
Really?
I know you do. People call my Prius a Prii all the time. It drives me crazy. There's just one of them.
If
Last
there's
time I
more
checked.
than one Prius, though, they are Prii.
I get it, but when you're referring to just one, it's just a Prius.
Really?
It's
All
just
right.
an octopus, John. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah, you don't want more than one octopus.
Yeah.
Not in the same
Well,
night.
it kind of depends on whose basement you're in, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
Guess
you're
what?
right.
Puss or pie is good for anyone. Move on.
This is an inside joke, in case anyone was wondering, because I have no clue what's going on.
Neither do I.
Neither does anybody.
Wow.
Nothing inside about that.
Dude, I'm 3,000 miles away. I understood every word of that.
They're talking about octopi?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Detroit Red Wings fan throwing octopi on the ice.
John said that the guy that threw an octopi
At the
on the
Caps
ice was
arena.
a dick. So I asked if he threw more than one, and he said no, he just threw one. And I said, well, then it would have been
And
an
then it just got to a
octopus.
logistics fight about one
Yeah,
or two.
now it's just a fight about grammar.
It's a linguistics fight.
And I hate grammar
Yeah,
fights.
which is
Yeah.
why, I'm an engineer. I don't understand grammar.
Right.
So.
I don't deal with people. Sorry.
Well, all right. Let's go to break.
All right.
Already?
Like we haven't already. When we come back, the man, the myth, the legend, Jimmy Chunky Butter will join us.
Yes.
Then we'll roll out with our pick-up
You
segment.
didn't wear your shirt this week.
I tell Jimmy Chunky Butter that I've got a last-minute Valentine's Day present for him.
And you hope it explodes, too?
Yeah, before it explodes, I'm going to get it out of my car and I'm going to give it to Jimmy.
Whoa, I don't think he swings that way. But anyway.
Mucho fun.
But when we come back, Chung Style and also a by request pick'em segment. You'll stick around for that because you've listened this far. Just might as well ride it out to the end. After this, it's Faceoff Hockey Show, faceoffhockeyshow.com. Stay with us.
Do you want all the information on hockey from last night but don't have the time to do so? Worry no more with PlayoffBeer.com. At PlayoffBeer.com, Captain Bosch takes you through the headlines making news for the day, the scores from the night before, the game of the night, and much, much more. If you thought a site like this is too good to be true, wish no more. It's all at PlayoffBeer.com. Hockey testing, Chuck Norris approved.
Hi, Vincent Cavalier.
Hi, Martin Brodeur. Alexander Ayechkin.
Joe Thornton. Promise never to be out-hustled.
I will play both ends of the ice.
Fight for every loose puck.
I will sacrifice my body for my team.
I will always choose grit over flash.
Substance over style. I will work and sweat and suffer.
So that come game time,
my team can shine.
I am a CCM hockey player.
CCM hockey player. CCM hockey player.
I am a CCM hockey player.
Hey there, Scotty Waz from the Faceoff Hockey Show, the podcast that thinks it's a radio show. Or is it the other way around? Well, regardless of that whole ordeal, you obviously know about the show and the podcast. But if you checked out FaceoffHockeyShow.com lately, we have a new store that you can access from the site that has everything from the classic logo shirt to the I Heart Jimmy Chunky Butter shirt for all the ladies out there. But that's not all. You can also access the Faceoff Hockey Show blog that is updated whenever you feel something is noteworthy or out of the blue. So check out FaceoffHockeyShow.com and make your Faceoff Hockey Show experience that much more enjoyable. Who knows? You might learn something.
Ever since I started working, every single day of my life has been worse than the day before it. So that means that every single day that you see me, that's on the worst day of my life.
What about today? Is today the worst day of your life?
Yeah.
Wow, that's messed up.
Hey everyone, it's Jimmy Chunky Butter, and it's down now with a little hammer. Start off with the car division where Bucknasty is in the lead by only 2 points, while the Legend Killer KO and the Bay Area Ballers are right behind them with 2 points behind the Bucknasty. Lost to Mike Coxhard. 6-4, but the Legend Killer KO beat Red, White, and Red 6-3, and the Bay Area Ballers took in attack to work 8-2. Shamrock HC in fourth after a 6-4 win over Team Win, who's in the fifth spot. Like we said, Mike Coxhard beat Bucknasty 6-4. The Lille division sees Captain Bosch trailing away with it, even though he tied the Copper Business 5-5. He's up by a couple points on the Luscious Ones, who shut out the Richmond Rules 8-0. Well, the Retarded Dragons are in the third spot with it after a 6-4 loss to Gar Snow's Hold. Lou My Becca's in the fourth spot. They lost to the Ice Holes 6-5. Like we said, gosh knows holes. 1-6-4. The Copper Business tied 5-5, and they get the 6th spot. Just barely. Moving on to the Hearst Division, Shawano's Beach Boys are in first place, even though they lost 6-4 to Brett's Left Foot. The Trouble Bunch lost 6-4 to All Hot All Suck, but they are still in second place. The Moles and Escapades, they beat the Broadway Blues 7-4, but they're tied for third with the Judgment Justice, who beat Snatch My Crack 7-3. Brett's Left Foot, like we said, took out the Shawano's Beach Boys 6-4, while Shorty Balls beat Seco and Sucks 8-1 to put Shorty Balls in the 6th and final spot. Those are your teams after Week 19 who could be eligible for the suicidal 6-way final. The brawl to determine it all. There can only be one grand poobah on the Faceoff Hockey Show Hockey League, and we'll find that out in just a couple weeks' time. We're almost at the playoffs. Playoffs? I'm just glad that I got a haircut. I don't know what that means. So that means I'm Jimmy Chunky Butter, and I'm on the bar.
Awful human being. Ridiculous. And it's funny because, you know, he actually usually does this like 20, 30 minutes before a show, you know, before it starts, cuts it real quick and leaves. I come into the Around the Rink Productions compound this morning, and he's already out of there. He leaves a note saying something about iced tea and women fighting in iced tea, and then him drinking the iced tea after I don't know.
Sounds like he had an eventful night last night.
He's yeah. That guy. He's a card, I'll tell you that much.
All right.
He's special. So anybody get any trades? No? All right.
No trades.
I didn't even change my lineup for 2 weeks.
Sean's boycotting playing the game.
Sorry, here we go. Can you hear me now?
Good.
There we go.
Good. Go,
My,
Verizon.
never mind.
Did you hit the mute button and forget?
What?
Hello?
Huh?
Huh?
Can you hear me now?
The trade, it was for Rick Nash on my team. A trade for Miroslav
Your boy.
Shatan as a trade to me. Do you guys think that's a good trade or no?
So you'd be getting Shatan and they'd be getting Rick Nash.
Yes.
They're both underachieving wingers, but I like Nash more than Shatan for some reason.
I agree. I kept him.
I would have gone with the dark side.
And what's the dark side?
Satan?
Satan.
Satan?
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 Well, I disagree with you.
That was the only trade then.
Yeah, that's the best I got.
That's awesome. We're really tradeless. People stopped sending us trades once we started making fun of them on the show.
It's amazing.
It took 2 seasons, but they finally got the point.
It's amazing how that happened.
I thought people sent trades just because they wanted to be on the show.
Actually, Sean probably has a ton of trades that people are trying to trade for him, but he just hasn't checked his team in 3 weeks.
Neither have I, and it shows.
It shows for
Yeah,
me.
because I beat you
Does it?
9-1 last week. Count it.
That was you?
Yeah.
You pounded the playoff landing strip last week?
I pounded it 9-1.
I only have
That's
a 6
awesome.
point lead.
Laura, how did that feel?
Not as good as I'd hoped. Man, I didn't realize that I was playing
he's
you
like
the
a
week that I
burglar.
completely
He's
forgot
like
I
a
was
burglar.
playing.
Stick it in,
Don't you hate
huh?
when he just quietly just sticks it in?
I do. You gotta warn me, Mark. Jeez. Unfair.
You gotta warn me when it explodes.
Unfair. Oh man.
Honestly, I was only beating you 5-4 up until the last day, and then I hit you with the 9, and you weren't expecting it. So.
Ooh. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it since I kind of forgot that I was playing altogether.
Oh, well, see, that personally, that hurts in my heart.
Yeah, I wasn't even like watching and being heartbroken or anything. I just
No, you
She
weren't
wasn't even paying attention while you give her the pounding. That's such an ego trip,
not-
dude.
You're right. I was
Jesus.
doing all kinds of other things while you were pounding me. I wore my Valentine's Day socks.
And showed everyone on the video.
And then flick them off.
That's because Valentine's Day is stupid.
Especially the ones with the foot fetish.
There's nothing wrong with a foot fetish. I don't.
Everything wrong with a foot fetish.
I don't have
one. I don't want to talk about fetishes.
If anybody likes that, then I'm definitely.
I think people that don't like foot fetishes are the people that have bad feet.
That's awful.
I hate having my feet touched.
Yeah, just keep.
You have bad feet?
You'll be fine.
No, my feet are fine. They're sitting right here.
I don't want to look at
fine,
them.
right there.
I don't want to
And
go out of
check
my
out
way to
his
look at your
feet.
feet.
There's nothing wrong with my feet.
All right.
Sean,
Mark,
show the
how was
fans your
Deadeye
feet.
this week,
bad
brother?
They're very sensitive, though.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I like
Jamie
having
tries-
my feet touched.
Jamie tries to
Marcus
touch my
Alexander Bagwell.
Yes, sir.
The Deadeye/These Nuts report.
Deadeye had a this past Sunday had a incredible essential win over Ice Cats, who was the undefeated first place.
Who was?
Yes.
Who be formerly?
Who was?
Who day?
Who ain't no mo?
Would you let me finish?
No.
Let's go English major.
Would you finish? Let me
I'm
finish.
sorry,
Would you let me
Shakespeare. Go
finish?
right
Let me
ahead.
finish. Let me finish.
The undefeated first place team, who we
finish?
beat 5-2.
Can I finish?
Now be honest,
Wow.
Mark. Be honest. I've been dying to know. Did you still have a decent buzz going into the game?
No, actually, to be completely honest, I was completely sober going into that game.
You seem sober. I only watched 2 periods, and I was pretty sloshed when I was watching. So.
Yeah, you were.
Well, I know you were pretty drunk.
Mark, did you happen to see any of the body checking that Laura laid on John? Anywhere?
No, I didn't. I was paying more attention to the puck.
Just wanted to check.
Not to Laura and John, unfortunately.
Apparently, Laura was definitely laying the check on John in the arena.
I was feeling very aggressive that night. I don't know what came over me.
She hip checked me into the wrong side of the glass, like the stand side. She's like, "Hey, we're getting ready to leave." Boom, and like crushes me into the wall.
Oh yeah, well I did see that was in between periods. I saw that.
Yeah,
that's what I
That's
just
when we were leaving.
I thought you were talking about something else.
No.
More
All right,
importantly,
well, then, yeah,
more
it was a
importantly,
hard
did you
check.
see me?
It was like imagine a girl checking you into the boards, and that's probably.
Ooh.
So what you're saying is, by the transitive property, Laura is a girl.
No,
checks
I was
like a
just
girl.
trying to get Laura to react to that comment.
No, by reacting, do you mean go home and cry into my pillow? Because that's what I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to react to it. I bought you a Valentine's Day present, and I show up, and you say that I hit like a girl.
There's a new thread on the message
I
board.
think you should carve his eye out like Dr. Hook.
No, I'm just very heartbroken.
I'm sorry.
Oh God.
Oh, come on! This is out of control. This is crossing the line. Oh,
Matt's the winner. Matt's the winner.
Man, does this guy know me? Seriously.
He lives in Calgary now, right? Isn't this the guy that moved from?
Oh, happy Valentine's Day. That's great.
Isn't this the guy that moved from the UK to Calgary, and now goes to like the Hitman
No,
games and stuff?
no. That's Andy, I think.
Oh.
He gets to move.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
I don't know.
But
we don't know where.
That's too much.
Mark, have you seen the new thread yet?
The new thread?
There are a couple new threads that have been put up during the show. Actually,
You had to have. You
I
responded
probably
to
have not.
He
seen
saw the first
You
thread
had to see the
because
first
he
thread, 'cause he
defended
was-
my honor.
He defended.
right.
Like the
He responded very well, though. I mean, it was
Yeah.
elegantly put.
Very
No,
classy,
it was. It was-
chivalrously.
Very classy.
Of course, it
Very night-like.
kind of leads people
Sir
to
Marcus
believe
Aurelius.
a certain something. But
Stay classy, Bethesda.
Earmuffs.
Oh boy,
That's what the whole thing should have started with.
I didn't expect it,
That whole
but I
thread
do
should have started
appreciate
with
it.
earmuffs.
Earmuffs.
All right, I'm going to the message board. I'm finding
Oh,
out.
he's
Matt-
going to the
You
message
guys-
board. Oh, I'm in trouble.
You guys
If
keep
Matt-
going while
If
my
that was
internet
a
is
true
being
fan of
slow.
the show, he would have known that thread should have started with earmuffs.
Earmuffs.
Yes, earmuffs.
Well, no,
All right,
because
four.
oh, maybe.
Whatever.
Laura has
Anyway.
herpes. Laura has a foot fetish.
And herpes.
And herpes.
And herpes.
I like the subheadings the best.
Yeah.
That's what's been cracking me up. I keep
Gross.
going back to it. It's like Laura has herpes. Gross. Oh, boy.
Wow.
I'm a good sport about it. What are you going to do?
And because of this, we move on until something else pops up and just...
Please do.
Speaking of herpes, we now have our group on YouTube now started.
And you just can't get rid of
Is
it?
that really speaking of herpes?
Well, not really, but I wanted to keep moving.
But what can people
But
find?
great segue.
You're not as good at segues as Scotty is. All right.
He's
No.
trying.
Leave the segues to Scotty. Sean.
Speaking
I will
of things
determine
that
if
you
I'm as
can't
good
let
as Scotty
go,
or not,
we have a new
buddy.
YouTube group.
YouTube.
See, now that's
Yes.
how you do that.
Yes, we have a new YouTube
Thanks.
group, and it's
So
got
if you're
video.
on YouTube and you search under groups for Faceoff, one word.
You can see
hockey,
my Valentine's Day socks.
As soon as Sean gets
That's
that up.
socks with SOCK, not sex. S-E.
Yeah, please. I don't have Valentine's.
You can see old shows as we post them up.
Old
Clips,
shows?
hockey stuff that we found, humorous or clips that are hockey related, and you can add to them if you have a thing that you want to go to.
The unedited Vancouver tapes.
No,
it's
not
lost somewhere
Release
on
date November
YouTube.
2009.
Like the Ovechkin commercial, the Sedin twin commercial.
By the way, have you seen the Sedin twin commercial yet, Scotty
I
or
have
Mark?
not. I have not. I also heard there's a Stahl Brothers commercial that's out there.
The Sedin Brothers commercial is pretty funny.
Yeah, it's on our group, so you can check that out. So now we can
Check out the group. It's pretty funny.
There you go. That's how you do that.
Unfortunately, Laura will be having Paris Hilton videos on here pretty soon, adding to our group.
I didn't really like the Paris Hilton video.
Videos.
No, the night vision didn't do it for you?
No.
Huh.
All right.
Or the fact that Fred called in the middle of it.
I think that might have been it.
It probably wouldn't be out of the ordinary. Get a text message.
During the middle of it?
Who are we talking about, Paris or Laura? I'm confused here.
Yes.
It is easy to confuse the two of us. We are so similar.
Text message, I'm not sure.
Yeah, no.
Your text message, Paris.
Well, I don't know these implications on the message boards.
It's not even fair.
It's already been
Anybody. I
disproven.
could start rumors about whoever I want on the message board, but I choose not to because I have tact.
All right. Time out.
When?
Real quick.
All right, Zach Morris.
All right.
Time out.
Saved by the bell.
I just checked the thread.
Yeah.
Who signed on as me?
I think it's time to go to break. Isn't it about time to... We gotta
Somebody
pick
sign
up...
on. How could somebody sign on as you?
What do you mean?
How would somebody know your password?
All right, time to go to break. Let's go to break. Or I'm killing you when I see you.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day, Mark.
That's your present, actually. She hopes your head doesn't explode.
No, I really did get you a present, but when I found that you were not brave enough to drive here in the severe weather, I decided that it would be fun to start a rumor about myself and then log in as you. Come on, seriously. Like, nobody can even do that.
What, log in as
Well, you can, apparently.
No, I don't know who... I would...
Who logged in as me?
See what happens?
Whatever, go to break.
It's
we'll come
typical.
back.
It's no break. It's the end of the show, you douche.
There's no breaking in the last part of the show.
Let's go to shout-outs.
We are going right to the pick'em segment.
Oh, pick'em.
We'll just check the video replay later.
Oh, sweet Lord. Anyway, last week, Mark picked the team with 5 games, and he was the eventual winner.
Fantastic.
Who knew?
Of course, why not?
22 goals for the Alaska Aces. I came in second with 16. Sean in third. Johnny in fourth. Sean in third with 12. Johnny in fourth with 11. Laura in fifth with 2.
Good job, Laura.
Good work.
Season total, Mark's ahead at 200 points. I'm at 191. Johnny's at 180. Sean's at 73. Laura 129. Special guest irrelevant.
Good job, Sean.
That's amazing that right
And
now
irreverent.
That's very
the 200-point swing would double the leader's points.
Doesn't it do that every year?
Yes.
By the way, speaking of which, because of course the 200-point swing is the Frozen Four, Bean Pot was this weekend. The finals was this past week with BU beating BC in a overtime victory.
That's
So
awesome.
Boston University won the Bean Pot Tournament. There you go.
In overtime.
Sorry. This week, we were popping the cherry of this league, going along with the Valentine's Day theme, the USHL by request by our old man Sean O.
I requested it.
Yeah, because you like the teams.
Oh, okay.
So,
Laura, stop. Never mind.
Laura is up first with the USHL.
I'm not starting more rumors.
Yeah.
Get it on.
Don't pick the team in red.
Man, I've been trying. Why not?
Because they have 3 games this week, but they've only scored 76 goals.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Hey, but they're the BJs. I gotta go with the BJs.
They're junior BJs though, which sounds kind of dirty, and I
I
think
like
illegal in most states.
I like it. I like it a lot.
What do you like?
Junior BJs. Going with the
Is that-
Ohio Junior BJs.
Is that actually on the dollar menu at Wendy's? Could I get a junior cheeseburger, a
Junior
Whopper,
BJ?
and a junior BJ?
Yeah, that's actually, there's only one store that serves it. It's on the Neverland Ranch.
Oh,
Ooh.
too soon.
Mark got it, thank God. He at least laughed. He bailed me out of that one.
Yeah, I was
You get a raise.
too late on that one.
The junior BJs are off the list.
I gotta go with the BJs.
Actually, yeah, thank God, Laura, that you're here, or else you would have gotten a junior BJ.
What?
Wow,
If Laura wasn't around,
she would have gotten the junior BJs. They're the worst team in the league.
No, they're not. They have the most
No,
games.
it
She would have
goes
gotten
lack
the
of
stars.
games.
Hey.
Lincoln Stars.
A bad
Stars only
BJ
have
is still
one
a
game,
BJ
dude.
at the end of the day, Mark.
They have the most games, but they have the least goals for, and they have the second to least points. They're the worst
But that's
team
not
in the
how
league.
we roll, dude.
But
we
they're
roll
the
with the least amount of
BJs.
games.
See, Mark's getting too big for his britches here. This is what the problem is.
He's not showing up.
I remember when Mark
making
used to
phone
pick teams
calls,
based on the comedic
accusing
effect.
people of stealing his identity.
Exactly.
Comedic
I know.
effect.
What's that all about? As if somebody,
Comedic effect?
you know, whatever.
What's
You don't want to own
Wikipedia?
up to what you
Seriously.
post, then
Wikipedia.
that's your problem, not mine.
Can you spell communic for me?
Huh? Communic?
Communic.
COMM Unic.
Is that in Germany?
Search Google for it.
That's
They'll
what I'm
give
doing.
you- Did
I'm
you
doing
mean,
that.
Did you mean Munich?
Yep, that's what it
Did
said.
you mean Munich?
Thank you very much, Google. That's what I
I think
meant.
we should stop the pick'em segment and just let Mark win.
Mark doesn't want to win.
I mean, let's be honest, it's automatic anyway.
I mean, he's just taking it so seriously that
All
if somebody were to accidentally beat him, he would probably just cry.
Please, I'm waiting for somebody to pull in front of me so I can pick the best team in the college Frozen Four. That's all that's really important,
Because
right?
he likes it from behind, kids. Remember that. Mark loves it from behind.
That's
Thread anyone, please?
I love, actually, personally, I love to take it, personally, from behind.
What?
Well,
like as myself.
That's going to be isolated.
That
too.
explains why my advances have fallen on deaf ears.
That's a kick wave right there.
I would like to thank everybody that's involved in the show for complete silence during that part of the show so that we can cleanly pull that out and use that again.
Oh, that's going to be perfect.
John Dunn.
The actual best of this year will just be clips, and they'll just be like 3
No, we're just
second
going to replay
clips
the
of the
show.
show.
We're not doing
over
anything else. We're
and
replaying
over
the
and
show.
over
It'll be
again.
10 minutes of Laura saying, I like to give BJs.
I didn't
And
say
then
I like to give
and then Mark
BJs.
goes, I like it from behind.
I-
I like it from behind.
No, he said personally he likes taking it from behind.
No, to take it. To take it is different than taking it.
No.
No, it's not.
No, it isn't.
Of course it is.
How?
When you take something from behind,
Oh.
it's not necessarily.
Mark,
yourself
everybody's
taking
confused.
it
You're going to
behind.
have to
You
demonstrate.
may be taking something else from behind.
Yeah, next week.
Demonstrate.
Next week when you come to
We're
the
gonna need a
show,
demonstration.
show Laura on video.
What
All
you
right, on
mean?
video,
What
I
you
will
mean.
show
The
you
difference between
what it means
Taking it from behind.
and to take from behind.
from behind.
We'll show on Laura next week on video for
Trust
everyone
me,
to see.
There are two different things.
I don't think so. I don't
Alright.
think that means what
Am
you
I
think it
next?
means.
I don't think either.
Hey, Scotty.
So prove it.
Am
Scotty,
I next?
Do you ever take your wife from behind?
Not since the kid.
I think that's a personal thing that stays in the bedroom for right now. Oh, however,
it's the
Dave.
special Valentine's Day edition. Come on.
Dave. I mean, you can't ask me about voting. I'm talking about banging my wife from behind.
Talk about
here.
banging my wife in the ass here.
Laura
Or
has
does anyone
herpes
else
and
see
Mark
what I'm
lights.
saying here?
Nobody
No.
sees what you're saying.
What a party is right. There's a new thread.
Obviously, you guys
Nope.
don't know.
This is a Hall of Fame
Mark,
night.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Kiss up to him.
It's making me nervous. So I choose humor as a way to avoid the real topic at hand. Which is
All
the
right,
prospect
Johnny,
of you
pick a
showing me what
goddamn
you mean
team, please.
next week.
Matt, by the way, Matt says that the junior BJ should be on the dollar menu. That's for sure. I am gonna.
Johnny, just pick.
Pick a goddamn team.
and I'm gonna take the
You're
Des
gonna
Moines
take it
Buccaneers.
from behind.
Yeah, what are we
Mike.
right now?
Ooh, good
What?
pick.
You're taking Des Moines Buccaneers?
Des Moines
You
Buccaneers.
what, second or third?
I am second after Laura.
All right.
I'm Laura's number 2.
Who does number 2 work for?
All right, Sean.
Why?
I know who you're picking.
No, you don't, because I got a tough decision.
Why?
Because there's 2 teams I like.
The Rough Riders and the Gamblers.
Exactly.
But one has 3 games and one scores a lot of goals.
Yeah, so it's a kind of a toss-up. So I'm going to go with...
The Saskatchewan Rough Riders.
You know,
Go with the Rough Riders.
you can never go wrong with a Rough
Mark,
Rider.
You
Mark
can't.
likes
You
the
know
Rough
what?
Riders.
You know what? I'm going to
There's
leave...
nothing wrong with Rough Riders.
What,
In
John?
the spirit of tonight's show, I'm going to
Nothing
leave that for
Yeah, Mark does
You
go
leave
for the
it
Rough
there?
Riders.
I'm going to choose the Gamblers so Mark can choose the Rough Riders. Where his heart is.
That's not even funny.
I will choose the Green Bay Gamblers to get
Is
that
John
out of the way.
Patala there?
No, he'd be plugging everything.
He'd be plugging the Rough Riders.
No, I don't
Yeah,
see it.
plugging your end. Giving
That's
you
the
a rough
second
ride
time I
in your
almost
end.
knocked my
Oh,
beer
you're
over.
awful.
That would have been good.
You know what? This is the last show that I'm going to miss.
It might be the last show that I'm invited to be at. In a related
Actually,
story.
I'm actually glad you weren't here for this show, Mark, because you would have had to demonstrate the difference between from behind and to behind. And I don't know.
No,
I don't know if our
from
video
the behind
from
and
the,
from behind
yeah.
are two different things.
Oh yeah, you're right. And we would have got our YouTube license pulled.
Yeah, I'm sure YouTube cares.
Oh, they do. They don't like from behind stuff.
Or pulling licenses.
Oh, Jesus. I'm picking the Waterloo Blackhawks. Mark, you could go ahead and take the Rough Riders.
Rough Riders.
Oh, nope.
Yeah. Give me the Rough Riders.
You're gonna win, but it's still funny.
Oh, boy.
Jesus.
And the fact that he just said it with just so,
Yeah.
so
He's just so
pissed off.
defeated.
He's like, fine, just give me the Rough Riders. Oh, that's
am I
going to be
supposed to
isolated too.
Take the Musketeers? They're not any fun.
There's 3 of them.
What are you trying to say, Scotty?
That's a completely different video, Scotty. Wow.
Oh, 3 Musketeers go 5-hole and Mark. That's just awful.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's why I took the Rough Riders. At least we know what's going to happen.
Yes, you're just going to cry into the pillow and just convince yourself it feels good that way.
And still win for the week.
Yeah, that's great.
Winning's
Yeah,
important.
but it apparently sucks because then you pick the last team and you only take who's left. I had my choice. Actually,
It does
Laura
bring
had
you-
her
bring
choice.
up a very valid point.
She took the...
I'm sorry, but when there's a BJ on the list, I gotta go with that. The only thing better than taking it from behind is a good BJ.
And there's a good...
There's another great cutout.
Yes.
And now back to the Face-Off Hockey Show. The only
Oh,
thing taking
in progress.
from behind.
Oh, Johnny, just give your shout-outs. Let's get the hell out of
Maybe
here.
we were pitching to the wrong people. XM wasn't the people. Playboy would have been a better shot for us.
Yeah, that probably would have been better for us. You're right.
Laura, damn you.
Well, don't blame
It's
me.
your fault. You brought us over the X. soon.
Now we're going to have to cut out parts of the show in order to get it on YouTube.
Your blowjobs, your herpes, you're taking it from behind.
Okay, the herpes
There's
thing
only
was
going to
not
be
my
like
fault.
15 minutes of the show up on YouTube.
It's going to be Lyle's segment. It's going to be 30% of hockey, 70% porn.
It was not my intention. But it's Valentine's Day. Come on. How are you going to...
Go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead and reel off your
VD.
stuff.
Yeah. You have to read the message for it, too, at a choice. I have a shout-out to Captain Bosch and the Dragons. The Dragons, apparently, much like these nuts, got new jerseys. We haven't seen pictures of them yet, so maybe a picture can make its way to the message board like D's Nuts did. And that would be cool. We just want to see what the Dragons look like. And that's about all, I guess. Just shout out to
I'm going to regret doing this, but
the Dragons.
I'm going to give a shout-out to Caps on Tap. Because
How was that?
was a great night.
Oh, yeah,
Johnny?
it was.
Did you get any free stuff?
I got
we
a free hat.
hats, actually.
Got a free hat, and I yelled at a Rangers fan while he was leaving the upper deck and told him that he should listen to our show. I told him to Google it. So, it should be fun. Hey, we got new people on the message board, too. What a great night this was.
Other than the sweet Caps on Tap event where John told a New Yorker to go F himself, essentially.
Yeah.
Maryland basketball also beat the crap out of Duke on Sunday, which made me very happy inside.
They were all up on.
What was that, Scotty?
They were all up on.
Yeah. It wasn't even close. So, those are my two shout-outs. Caps on Tap and Maryland basketball. I'm out.
All right.
So
Sean?
bitter.
Shout out to hopefully, I can't wait to the summer because the snow outside is just freaking killing me right now.
You do like summer.
I do like summer.
Right.
So I hate this winter stuff. So I'm excited. I love some summer. So that's all I got.
All right.
Yay.
He likes the summer.
I love the summer.
Laura?
Love summer.
I want to give a shout out to Sunday, All-Star game.
Sunday,
up in Philly.
Sunday.
Kind of nervous. Don't really feel like I belong there, but that's kind of how I felt when I was playing with the Maryland team in the beginning of the season and went out and just started banging heads, so maybe that's what I'll do. It always makes me feel better. Smashing people's faces into the plexiglass for some reason just takes all the nerves away. So
Another great isolation.
hopefully,
Banging heads. Just makes you feel better.
nicely though, it does. I don't know. So yeah, we got to ride up to Philly on Sunday and do that whole weird all-star thing. And
Well, just think of yourself as the Rory Fitzpatrick of this.
I do. I already do. Are you kidding me? Why am I even there? I don't know. I mean, as far as hockey
Aren't you
skills
leading your
go.
team in scoring?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
Not for the DVCHC anyway.
Overall, though, right?
Yeah, well, overall, but not.
Right. So, and what? Yeah.
I have more goals overall, but if it's not a league game, it doesn't go up on the website. So I'm like 4th in scoring or something.
Yeah, on the team.
Yeah. I'm leading in penalty minutes though. Maybe that's why I'm going.
Maybe they
Hell
need
yeah.
some goonage
I'm the bruiser.
They need an enforcer.
I don't know. I haven't
They
figured
needed
it out,
somebody to
but I'm
fight in the
excited to be
All-Star
going.
game.
And if anybody's in the area, come check it out. Hit the Phantoms game afterwards.
If not, we'll put it up on YouTube.
Yeah, it'll be there.
And
That's
you
my
got-
only
and
shout out.
Sean, you covering it for All In Television?
No, Johnny got us in apparently.
Yeah.
So.
I got us in. I got pulled with the DVCHCHC
925.
So yes, we are covering it, but it's Johnny's fault.
Hey, you brought it up.
No, I didn't. I just mentioned it.
Oh
You
well.
just mentioned it in passing.
It was a hell of an email, if I don't say so
It
myself.
was a good email. I love the
It
email.
was epic. It was one of our epic emails.
It's a great email.
Good email.
Way
Racket.
to overanalyze everything.
Nice email, Yahoo.
Racket.
All right, so anything else there, Laura?
No, that's all I've got.
Well, I have to say, to be honest with you, it's great to have Laura back because not only did she give us great material, But no, that's about it. Actually,
I had to rack that one too.
Woo.
Scotty just said it's great to have Laura back.
I know. I heard it.
Okay.
I thought maybe it was just the beer, but you're sober.
Yeah, I heard it too.
I tapped that. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh.
We could splice that too.
Good to see Mark didn't try to drive on Ordnance Road tonight.
Ordnance Road?
Yeah, just for no particular reason.
I always come by Glen Burnie when I drive to the studio.
Of course. Why can't you can't not go to Glen Burnie.
Glen Burnie is the mecca of Maryland, let's be honest.
You can't not go to Glen Burnie. People
yeah,
pray
I know
in
what
the
I
direction
said,
of
and
Glen
I meant
Burnie.
what I said. Trust me. I actually could have some big news coming up in the next couple weeks here, depending on what happens with
There
the
another
state.
kid coming? Oh, wow, okay.
Can't
good.
be that quick, can it?
That's what I was going to say, but wasn't going to say it.
No, it's been long enough.
I could be showing up earlier than usual, or than projected.
Awesome.
Should we put you on the roster?
No, heavens no.
When was the last time you skated, Scotty?
Last time I skated was...
And I don't mean having to get to work.
Oh, I know, right? December 2004.
Wow.
I have not skated in over
the people
2 years.
that we play with.
Wow.
Just kidding. Just kidding, team.
You don't have an ice rink in your apartment?
Yeah, it's
We
called
do,
their
but
pool.
I have no time to... like I live in an apartment anymore.
Right. That's true. Good point.
But no, I just don't have the time anymore. And I'm effing lazy.
You
be
had,
honest, man.
You had plenty of time there for a while.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't have a car, and that mean I had to walk, and I'm a fat bastard. Yeah. You know how it is.
All right.
On ice.
So, yeah. But that's about it. For Johnny P, Mark with a C, Sean O, and our PRista Laura, I'm Scotty Watts. Take care of yourself and someone else. The Faceoff Hockey Show on FaceoffHockeyShow.com. Check out the message board for all the fun, fantastic stuff that's going on there. And be sure to join up for our MySpace if you haven't already. We've got it about 10, 15 ads this past week alone, so God bless you. I don't know why I say that. I'm not a religious person, but I guess it's just a cliche. So, whatever. But until next week, where more fun, fantastic, and drunken secrets will slip out,